We all got a thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything.
Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine. Now I think it's my time to. Counting them down.
All right, hello, everyone. It is your boy Acoustics. I'm joined here by none other than.
Hey, what's up, man? It's not Jakey over here. Excited for some matches today. Looking forward to getting some things going over here.
Okay. And we are here with ECAC Esports bringing you week 2 of some Smash tournaments right here. And right now we have Baron versus Concord. Baron with the 1-0 right now in terms of record. Concord with the 0-1. Jakey, you ready to see something nice today?
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to see what's going on. I know it's early in the season, and Concord right now, like you said, they're starting down 0-1. I'm hoping we get some fight in here. We're going to get some good matches, some good games, some good sets. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what goes down here.
Man, listen, all I know is I have my state Penn joke lined up for Penn State. If they lose, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm letting you know.
It's got that loaded, ready to go at all times.
It's too easy. It's too easy. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just excited to see what the players bring. This is going to be my first time getting to enjoy these teams. So I'm just ready for some matches to begin as soon as possible.
Yeah, me too. Can't wait to get to start. Oh, looks like we're already going in to our first match here. We got Trolley versus OV.
Oh my goodness. And it looks like we're already on PS2. And it looks like Concord going with the Peach pick first. And Trolley going with Pac-Man. Very interesting.
Yeah, I like that. Kind of switch it up a little bit. Not Pac-Man, not too familiar of a character we see a lot, but you never know what he's got. He's already putting some moves on here with the items, and you're going to see that all game, just throwing out everything he's got.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to let you know, right? So as a New York commentator, New York probably has one of the most, I want to say, lamest metas. We play a lot of item characters, and Pac-Man is definitely one of them. So I've actually seen this matchup many a time.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get just a ton of items. They're going to throw everything they got out here. They empty the whole bag out. Get whatever they can out here. He's getting some good damage in here. Taking a pretty good lead here. Takes
nice.
The stock too.
Yeah. That was a great read on the roll-in. So the thing that's really going to define this matchup is how well Trollery can control the stage. He's been using Hydrant really well just in terms of stage control. And right now, hey!
Oh my goodness!
Oh, stop.
We just started. We just started the match. He's already pulling out the moves.
Oh yeah, he absolutely is cooking right now. All right, so I see his game plan. All right, on PS2, he's using Hydrant just to control the middle and then play around platforms against Peach, which is really good. But Cammy looks like she's showing some fight. Oh, little edge guard. I like it.
Yes, they're trying their best, but like you said, man, his stage control right now is ridiculous. He's doing such a great job. Good stun there. And he's just loading up. He's getting whatever he wants right now.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Peach able to start something out. So Pac-Man does have a better item game than Peach, but her aerials are really strong. But Cammy has to get something started right here.
Yeah, you gotta at least get a stock here because he's getting a huge lead right now on percentage.
Yeah. Good DI.
Good DI there, but still, it's not looking great for this first stock.
Oh no!
And, ooh, yeah, little dicey. Oh, and there's a kill. Good stuff right there. Good up smash.
Yep. All right. At 155, she could definitely make something happen here. A full rage combo from Peach could definitely just actually turn this game around.
Yeah, you gotta stock percentage really high right now, but you just gotta get some in here before he gets this kill in. Because right now it's looking pretty good for Trollery right now.
All right. Oh, he got key. Throws out key already. Just charging up those fruit, not really holding anything.
Throwing a whole supermarket at him. Oh, no, there it is. Next stock. He's got a good lead right now and took no damage there as well. Not great for Cammy.
Yeah, absolutely. Pac-Man right here at 8%. If he has key, so he can get good damage. He can't really get a strong combo started from you know. Oh.
Just saving it to get some started. Oh, Cammy's got something going here, though. Trying to get something going right now, but oh, there goes Key. Picks it up actually. Oh, let's go!
Wait, hold on. This might be a comeback right here.
Okay, wait a second. Cammy's really putting something together right now, trying to bring this one back. This one's not over yet, not by a long shot.
Oh, absolutely not. Listen. Peach is a character that if she gets 1-4 there or 1 down tilt and just combos you correctly, you will lose your stock.
Yeah,
absolutely.
If she plays this right, this could be an absolute game changer over here. Pac-Man, though, still doing good damage over here to keep this lead going. And, I mean, he's still keeping this pressure coming.
Oh, Bell.
Ooh, no. There it is. So Trollery takes that set. Looks like he's going to take the first win here. Good stuff.
Absolutely amazing. And like I said, again, just item control and everything that you can get from Pac-Man is really good. Setting up Bell to punish out of shield, especially if Peach commits to more than one forward there on shield, and the Pac-Man has Bell in hand, you just get stunned afterwards. You got to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, he played that perfectly, in my opinion. He was really smart with his item usage. Threw the whole supermarket at him. The entire produce section, he had everything going over there at him.
This is fruit is expensive.
Yeah.
You can't be out here just throwing produce, bro.
He's tossing all of his groceries out here, man. He's ridiculous out here.
Not the
crazy.
whole food Pac-Man, bro.
The whole food Pac-Man came to play, bro. He came to absolutely play.
Okay. So Trollery setting a good precedent for Baron right now. I would play like that. I could see why they're 1-0 right now.
Absolutely.
We're gonna see. Maybe Concord has something they can do to switch things up. We not going out easily.
No. They're not going out easy at all. And plus, even though Trollery does take that match, it was still pretty close. Cammy did manage to bring it in there. It's not looking like they weren't like steamrolling him or blowing it out. He was just playing it really smart, managing to, like you said, his stage control the whole time was great. I mean, always constant pressure and still managing to find ways to like reset, get the items he wanted. He was just doing a great job.
Yep, and it looks like Cypher is going to be coming up for the Concord team. The question is, what is Cypher going to be picking to switch things up?
Yeah, I am curious to see. Will be exciting. Will be interesting. Maybe we get some more characters with items that can just kind of bring more pressure and kind of space things out some more. We'll see though.
Yeah, I mean, some like the good matchups. Well, not matchups that can effectively zone out Pac-Man. I think like one is definitely like Wii Fit Trainer. Here in New York, we have a player named like John Numbers, who's done like Wii Fit against Pac-Man. So I've seen that matchup played out many a times, and it can get tedious, but it's a pretty decent matchup. I think that's not too bad. Kazuya, I'm just hoping for the Kazuya.
Just looking for the Kazuya out here.
I'm looking for it, bro. I need the Kazuya clip, bro. I need someone. Doria, right? The tech chase on the platform.
Yes,
auto
sir.
turn around, kill. GG, shake my hand.
GG's, it's GG's. That's what we're looking for right here. Just one. Come on, just one.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit, though.
I think the real question is, do you go PS2 again, or do you ban it so you don't have to play Pac-Man on PS2?
I think it might be worth banning just because, I mean, like you were talking about, the way he was playing with those with the water, the way he was spacing it out and he's playing it, I mean, just complete zoning control. He was really smart with the way he played it, and I mean, me personally, I would consider swapping that up, not letting him be too comfortable on that spot.
That's true. For me, PS2, I think, has too much space for you to allow Pac-Man to, like, he can play either in the middle or on the ledges. Roy!
Ooh!
Hey, hold on!
Hold on a second.
Wait, I woke up just now. Hold on, okay.
We up. All right.
Oh, I respect Roy. I like me a little swordsman real quick.
Yes, sir. All right. Looks like we...
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going. Clearly, someone didn't agree to this choice.
Yeah.
Let's wait. Hold on, wait. Did he give the stop? Oh, okay. So this is they share the lives throughout the matches.
Because it is a crew battle. Yeah.
Yes. So he did lose a stock in the last game. So he's giving up that stock. All right. Again, this is actually, I think, one of like the worst stages to fight Pac-Man on. Well,
yeah.
It gets pretty polarizing because when the platforms do disappear, it gives you a more linear approach against Pac-Man, and it also limits how many different ways he can approach you. But at the same time, it kind of
ooh, good dodge there from Cypher.
Right now, Cypher trying to make something happen. Nice skill block right there. The good thing about Roy has great out-of-shield options against Pac-Man that makes it hard for him to mix up anything he wants on shield. And he can't get in that close pressure that he
Good
wants.
read, though. Good read on the jump there from Trollery. And more damage. I mean, he's looking just as strong as he was last match. And Cypher, I think he might want to try to play this a little bit more aggressively. But again, with Pac-Man, it's so hard to get in and play that type of game.
I mean, honestly, so Pac-Man is one of those funny type of zoners, right? where he has like amazing frame data for no reason. Oh wow, and the back they're gonna kill
Wow.
right there.
Okay,
I think
all
that,
right.
I think that DI was kind of sus.
Yeah, DI might not have been there, but still, I think Cypher, if he can get a kill here, put his team in a better spot, look, it'll start looking a little better. But right now, still, Trollery just ridiculous out here with this spacing.
Cypher definitely needs to mix up his options on shield. He's heavily committing on everything. He needs to kind of bait out. Trollery seems to be going for nair out of his shield a lot. There's other ways that Roy can kind of punish that, especially like with jab one into up tilt on shield.
Absolutely.
Right now, he's looking for the cheesy back throw kill.
No, he misses the up D on there. That's so unlucky.
Oh, you can't let him go out like this.
Yeah. You gotta get a stock at least.
You gotta. You can't let this happen. Oh no.
Misses.
Oh, and the up B doesn't fully connect.
No. There we go, though. There it is. Finally grabs the stock here. Maybe get a little bit more damage on him. Try to get something going here, but still, the control from Trollery is looking nice.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Oh, and there's the back air. Brother,
that's tough. That's tough.
That's beyond tough. Yo, brother, you getting cooked.
You got
cooked. You were the one with fire, and you getting cooked. That's not supposed to work.
It ain't supposed to be that way. It ain't supposed to be that way. But looking strong out here, as that's Concord's second player down.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Concord they're averaging a stock per player. That's statistically that is not good. A stock per play.
So what is this? Trollery now is at what? He's taken 6 stocks and he's only lost 2 in 2 matches.
In 2 matches, bro. Even if he doesn't take any stock at all in this match, he's absolutely fine. If he takes one at all, honestly, he puts his team in the best position you could possibly get.
Absolutely, and I think going into this next fight here, I think that should be the focus. Obviously, you want to win every match you play, but when you're already down 1-3, and I mean, he has the potential to do it. Let's be real here. He's been cooking this whole set, but if you are here, you do want to help your team out by at least grabbing a couple stocks here before you go out.
Listen. If I'm my team right now, I could just look back at my team members and say, I can do what I want. I already took 6 stocks. I'll be honest, guys. You know what I'm saying? You guys need to buy me a drink. Maybe get me something at the cafeteria next time in between classes.
Yeah.
I'm kind of holding the team down. And then the question is, Trollery is the first player. Is he the worst on the team?
I didn't even think about that, bro.
Exactly.
Who else could be out here? Who else do they got out here?
What are they cooking? What are they cooking?
Do they know? Does he know what he's cooking? This is crazy, man.
Think about, because in these type of team battles, you don't send your strongest player out first. So Trollery's out here, right? He's already taken down 2, and he might not even be the final boss.
No, he might not even be. But that being said, Concord, they're gonna get stronger as they go along, like you said. It looks like we're gonna get a Snake here coming out against Pac-Man. This should be an interesting matchup, to say the least.
All right, Snake has a lot of good defensive options in terms of like just breaking combos. You have like frame 1 grenade. You have up tilt out of shield, which is really good if Trollery tries to make some more shield. But of course, Trollery has to SD 2 times because he did lose 2 stocks in the last 2 matches. But now he's at 1 stock apiece. And Mosey with the Snake, he just needs to take 1 stock. If he really wants to win, he just needs to take 1 stock. And this is Yoshi. It's a very interesting choice for Battlefield Yoshi.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. It's a really small map compared to all the others that we've played so far, but I do like just kind of, I think I like the pick here, just kind of trying to mix it up, change things up a little bit. Try to get some pressure on here with these nades and these rockets from Snake here.
Absolutely. I like this. Listen, all right, maybe you want to play the lane game as much as possible, right? Snake does excel well at that. Between Nikita, grenade, you have a lot of options to kind of like force approaches. And honestly, you don't want to lose a stock right now. Accidentally or anything, you don't want to lose a single stock.
Absolutely.
But sooner or later, you have to approach.
Yeah, you do have to approach, but like you said, he's trying to play this safe because losing a stock right now for Concord would be really bad.
Oh, no!
A little bit of commentator's curse there. We kind of willed that one into existence. Oh,
You
man.
were real commentator. Here's where frame one.
Oh, my goodness! What?
Clip this man. Clip this man. Clip this man. That's clip. That's a clip.
Oh, my goodness. Wait, that was in 20 seconds? He's brought it to an even game? Are you kidding me? What
I'll
is
be
this?
I'll be honest, Concord. I don't know who the coach for the team is, but we need to put him on the review.
We need a pep talk right now.
We need the big pep talk. We need Coach Carter. We need the Coach Carter of Smash right now.
We need the Gatorade at halftime right now. It's looking nasty right now, but Trollery still keeping up this pressure. And if he can take another stock here, I mean, I don't even know what to say. If he can take another match,
oh my goodness, this will be game one. They will have lost the first game because this is the best out of three.
Mm-hmm.
They have lost the first game without even taking a single player out.
not even going in the bench at all. They didn't pull anybody out. They said, nah, you got it. You cook. But still, Mozzie's trying to change that here, trying to get some more damage in, but still Trollery. They're about even right now. He's still cooking.
Oh, no! The SD! Brother, Waka.
No. That can't be how it ends. What?
So he was trying to avoid getting edge guarded after using their up B, but I think they forgot the fact that they had to recover and hit the ledge. And they did not. And that is a clean sweep by Trollery on the entirety of Concord's team.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna be honest right now.
Okay.
It's not looking good.
No, this is probably the worst start you could have gotten for Concord.
I'm gonna be honest. Your team might lose a little bit of funding if they relook at if we gotta relook at the matches.
Yeah.
We might lose some funding.
It's gonna get a little dicey over there. The AD's gonna be calling. He'll say, "Hey, what just happened over here?"
Who's our coach? I want to speak about our game plans.
Yeah, if you are Concord, though, I mean, you just got to completely reset here. Just disregard what happened there. Not completely disregard and just ignore the problems here, but you have to mentally just reset. Say, all right, on to the next one. You can't do that. And if you're Penn State, I mean, hey, let's just keep cooking. You know, Trollery. It's like just keep doing your thing.
Now, the real question, right, is do the other players on Penn State even want to play? Because it seems like Trollery said, I can handle this by myself, fellas. Y'all just got to get on.
Yeah, take five. I got it. I'm going to take care of this one.
I got it this week. I'll catch you guys next time. We'll do lunch. Lunch?
Yeah. But,
man.
I mean, just a pretty impressive start here from Trollery. I think that might be the understatement of the year. But, yeah, if you're Concord, I mean, what kind of adjustments do you even make right now?
All right. So first adjustment, right? We definitely need to stop hard committing on pressure when it comes to shield.
Absolutely.
A lot of the time, Trollery will do Nair out of shield, which is Pac-Man's fastest option out of shield. It's really good, really safe. At that point, you have to start doing the mind game of guessing or RPSing after like a jump in aerial. If yours is about -3, you can do shield after you land. And then react to him doing Nair out of shield afterwards. The second thing, you might want to think about a map change. Clearly, bigger maps aren't working against him because Pac-Man is good at zoning. And the characters they picked aren't bad at zoning, but I don't think Concord has anyone who's terribly experienced in like playing a full-out lane game against Pac-Man.
Yeah.
So I think at this point, if it's legal, you try to take him to small battlefield. Small battlefield or FD forces more interactions in between them, gives him less time to set up for a key and bell. It forces him to he can't hard commit to hydrant without getting punished for it if you're within a certain range on those stages. So I think those are like the two major things you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great call. And with Trollery as well, with him, you can't let him set up these plays because like we saw with that match right now, he took 2 stocks in almost 20 seconds. When he's able to get what he wants and set up, I mean, it's ridiculous what he can do. It's unreal.
Yeah, I hope someone definitely clips the snake stop that happened when he died at 30%. You got to be careful with Pac-Man once he starts getting you in the airstream. You have to DI properly. If you DI into that second forward air off stage, and he has any fruit or anything charged up, you're gonna die. Especially key.
Yeah, it's wraps. It's wraps at that point.
Yeah. That one was just a shame. Shambles.
Yeah.
Shambles.
And I think the part for Concord as well that I'd be really nervous about is you didn't get a chance to see any of their other players. So even if you guys do get past Troller, which is an if, by the way, if they can't get past him because he's been cooking, then it's a toss up who's next. You don't know what's coming after this, and that I think is also probably on their mind and it should definitely be a concern in my opinion.
Yeah, listen, you barely got through level. You didn't even get through level 1.
Mm-hmm.
You got to the end of level 1. The boss went into phase 3, and you got cooked. So now we have to think. All right, we have to redo level 1 in its entirety, and then we have to think what happens once we get to level 2.
Yeah,
because statistically, level 2 has to be harder than level 1.
Just a little bit, at the very least.
Just a little bit.
Just a little
bit.
At
least be the same level or a little bit harder. Unless for some reason, unless we're in a secret move, Penn State decided to put their anchor first.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this was the trick.
I mean, it's possible that they went top heavy here, but I'd be surprised if they did. It'd be really risky if they did do that. But I just honestly think that Trollery was just having a heck of a game. That too. I mean, like we were seeing him, he was like just softening it up out there. And what?
No way. I see why they call him Trollery.
What?
This brother went Little Mac. This is a Bronx native. Wait, no, this isn't even Trollery. This is Quinta. Oh, Quinta said I would have played.
Wait a second. They mixed it up. No way. All right, let's go.
Oh my goodness. All right, so Quinta is actually coming out for Baron. Coming out with the Little Mac against Lucina. And funny enough, I do not think they were ready for this.
No.
Counter. Oh, no, not the jab lock combo.
I think that this is kind of genius for them because no one sees this coming. No one sees a Little Mac round 1 coming out.
Oh, nice, great counter.
Yeah.
Be careful, he does have KO punch though.
I think if
there it is.
No!
I smelled it. Yep.
Loads it up.
Listen, if you're going to whip a button against a Little Mac with KO punch, you're asking for it.
Raps. That's raps. I think if you are Concord, though, this is a good matchup for you. You should be able to space him. You just have to play this smart and aggressive. And there's a great kill. And we're back in it. We're even right now.
Nice.
No. He's loading up. No cares at all.
We're trying to return the favor with the up tilt combo.
No way. There's some bad blood right now. There's some bad blood out here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is like the college we got to see each other at the pep rallies.
Yeah. Totally. Quinta right now though, this is great pressure they're applying here. 117. They're already looking to take another stock here. Just switch that though. KO punch on deck though.
Yes, indeed. Got to be careful. Nice. Gonna be able to knock that KO punch right out of him though. With
good stuff. Good spacey too. All right.
Hey, hold on. This Concord looking like they're ready to take their first one. So the thing is, right, even though Little Mac is like great for ground pressure, the minute you get this character off stage, it's kind of raps.
Yeah,
especially against a character like Lucina.
Oh no. Bye-bye. Well, that's unlucky. Still, if you are Concord, this is the start you're looking for. Even though it is the Little Mac, which not a great character. Let's be honest. Still getting this stock, winning this set here is huge. Just getting one under your belt builds a little bit of confidence for you.
This definitely builds confidence, and it's the fact that you took out a player that you didn't even get to see last time.
Yeah,
which is
absolutely.
Even better. There's definitely something you want to see. It's like, okay, so clearly they might have gone a little bit top heavy.
They might have
the first game. Because unless we were, I think we was trolling a little bit with Little Mac pick. But listen, there's some nasty little Macs out there. You know what I'm saying?
there are. It's true. You can get nasty with them.
You can get nasty with them.
Yeah.
But it looks like Cypher did really good with the Lucina pick into that. But they did lose a stock, so they're going into this next match with only 2 stocks.
Mm-hmm.
But now the question is, do we bring back Trollery, or do we let the third man come out?
In my opinion, I say let the third man come out, give him a chance, because you bring Trollery back out, we may never see him. Let's be real here. He may not get a chance to come out.
He might not get a chance.
He may not get a chance to play.
You gotta earn your keep.
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
earn your keep on the team, bro.
Absolutely. I think though with Cypher, like you're saying, he manages to also hold on to that second stock because it was looking a little dicey. He was at around 118, and with Little Mac, any one of those forward smashes could get a kill. And it looks like we are gonna get the third player out here with a Dark Pit.
Ooh, okay.
Some interesting players we got here today.
Oh, Xerxes, I think, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Xerxes against Cypher. Cypher gonna have to give up that stock right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Now
this
we're
dark.
even?
Yeah, this emo pit right here, or Sasuke pit, as I like to call him.
Yeah, I really don't see a lot of Dark Pit or Pit for that matter in general, but I think Pit pretty good for racking up early damage as well. It's looking to grab some early percent lead here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Pit is a great combo character. Even though he doesn't have great kill potential off of regular outside of hard reads, he has great frame data, relatively safe moves, great pressure. He has a great. I think neutral being is probably one of his best moves.
Absolutely,
it allows for great stage control, just like that. Yep.
There. Ooh, good recovery though from Cypher.
Yes, indeed. That AWPE comes back from deep. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Nice. Good forward smash right there. Ooh, going for the back here. Oh my god.
Goes a little too far for that commit there for that edge guard, but I do like that aggression, but kind of with the last game as well, you have to tone that aggression and turn it in when you need to, because otherwise you're just giving up stocks that you don't need to give up.
Yep, absolutely. Nice, good forward tilt right there from Cypher. Cypher definitely wants to get this other. Oh, what happened there? AWPE not making it all the way back. That's a very surprise.
Looks like he might have just missed his angle on there, but so far, if I'm Concord, I still feel pretty good about this. It's definitely a winnable match for them as it's getting more damage here, but yeah, if you are Xerxes, you do need to grab this stock here or get at least a little bit of damage in here. He hasn't managed to hit him once yet.
Yeah. It's like at this point you need to go for the stock if you don't think you can get the win. But right now it looks like Cypher might even be able to get the win. Lucina, despite her 40s, she has more consistent kill power, I think, than at least Marth, where you're constantly trying to go for a tipper. And she has a relatively safe frame data as well. Just a good character overall.
Absolutely. It's a great character, and I feel pretty even right now. Still some work here for Trollery, and if you are Cypher, even if you are in this spot right here, getting another stock will be huge for Concord. Now, it looks like he's getting more damage. Might be able to get this one in here. They're about even.
Oh!
Really dicey out here.
Yes, indeed. That shield was looking like a Skittle right there. Oh, you're dead.
That should be free. Yup. Good punish there from Cypher.
This is really good for Cypher, right?
Yeah.
We've already taken 2 stocks off of their second player right now. It looks like. Hold on, will this be the reverse story?
I was gonna say he's kind of good. Ooh, good DI. Manages to get out of that. Still, Trollery, if you are Xerxes, you have to get this kill. I mean, 155. No.
Oh, she's still alive. Nice.
Still hanging on by a thread here. Cypher trying to poke, trying to get something here. Not getting anything though. That's gonna do it. Up smash. Good stuff there. But for Cypher, that's a great game in my opinion.
That's an amazing game. You take you've already taken out the first player, and then you take 2 stocks off the second player. And the last player is someone that you guys have already seen. So you can potentially adapt the game plan to. So now you just need to take 1 more stock off of this player. And now, even though you were in this situation last time, you're in the same situation but with way more information about what Trollery can do. So this is actually looking very good for Concord. This might be the turnaround they needed to get the game.
I agree wholeheartedly. I think that this is absolutely the start that they were looking for. Like we said, just kind of a mental reset, get a new mindset going in here, and you can see that it's been paying off so far. They managed to take 2 on there when you only had 2 stocks is really great for Concord, and I mean, the other two players gotta be feeling pretty good right now, I think.
Yep. You're definitely feeling good on Concord. And on Baron, if you're trollery, you have to be trolling your teammates right now. You're looking at it like, guys.
Come on.
So come on. Now the question is, does this mean they did go top heavy the last game?
I don't know.
This low key looks like they might have gone top heavy the last game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They must have, because I mean it looks completely different out here. And I guess we'll see once we get to this final player for Baron if it is that Pac-Man or not. But yeah, if they did go top heavy, that's pretty rare. You don't see that in crew battles no more. You want to save your best player as that anchor to like pull you back in these kind of situations. But yeah, I am curious to see what Obi's going to bring out, because last match it was the snake, and he's going to bring it out again, and should be a bit of a more favorable matchup against Pitt, I think.
I think Pitt, this might be a hot take, but I think Pitt, especially Dark Pitt, does really well against Snake. Side B going through grenade is really good. Projectile vulnerability. His counter as well helps a lot with Snake's grenades. We get C4 and Nikita as well. So I think, honestly, it's a pretty favorable matchup for Pitt. His frame data is really good on shield, so you can avoid even getting hit by up tilt out of shield as long as you space things correctly. Or even if you guess right, you can do delayed nair on shield into spot dodge and even dodge the up tilt if you read the player doing it immediately. So it's about, I think it's maybe like a 6-4 Pitt swing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You know, you persuaded me. You did enough. I believe in it now. You know, Dark Pitt. This was his match all along. I know what I was saying. I didn't know what I was saying for him.
So I brought in the numbers, facts, and statistics.
Pulled out the whole spreadsheet out here. He said, "Listen, I got you all these reasons why right here." And I said, "I say no more."
He's like, okay, he's kind of spin.
He's kind of spin. Right. Didn't that time here actually get underway? You love this stage here. With the music going in here, it feels epic. You know what I mean? This feels like a big match going on.
Honestly, every time I look at this this map, I just think, man, we really somehow got Disney to let us put Sora in the game, bro.
I don't know who did what over there at Nintendo. Someone got sacrificed to get this map in here, but
someone's definitely got sacrificed. Yeah,
but that's
I'm talking Full Metal Alchemist style too.
Yeah, literally. Right now, good stuff here from Mozzie, but Xerix is going to try to bring this one back here. And Mozzie, we have seen some errors here with that uppie. He's got to be a little cautious this time around. He has to be more aware of it.
Nice, and there it is. So this is the thing. Like when Pig gets in, his frame data is all better than his Snakes as well. So like the one option Snake. No. Oh my goodness, you almost died.
He left the mine. Was completely forgot about what he was trying to find him after uppie. Good
is that 4-2?
Oh no! Tech! No! You gotta tech those. You gotta tech those.
You gotta tech. Okay. All right. So this is kind of probably the most optimal situation that Concord could get right now, right?
Absolutely.
They have 6 stocks left. They have 6 stocks left, and they're against Trollery. The problem is last time Trollery took 9 stocks. Right?
He got a little extra right on this one, so.
So if anything, Trollery has been in this situation before. So they need to actually do better. All right. On average, we need this first player to at least take 2 stocks. We want to. The ideal is 2 stocks, at worst 1 stock. But he can't take. He can't get 3 stocks.
He absolutely cannot. Absolutely. You need, like you said, you need to come out here and do some damage, because otherwise, you don't want to put your last guy in an even 3-3 matchup, especially if it's going to be with that Pac-Man. That is wraps. That is wraps.
The even 3-3 matchup does not work in Concord's favor. I think we know this. All right. So you want to put as much disadvantage on him as you can. All right. Now, last time, remember that the snake player did not manage to take a stock at all.
Yeah.
He had 1 stock left and he wasn't able to clutch it out. So now there's a little less pressure because he's not the last player going.
Yeah.
So you need 1 stock. If you got to trade all your lives for 1, this is your chance.
Just one.
Just one.
That's all you need for your team right now. You want to help your team close out. You got to do what you got to do. Grab that 1 stock. Do it. Take 1 for the team. Please. You know their closer right now in Concord is out there. Please, man. Just
it's like they're asking, they're like, how many universes do we beat Trollery in the team battle? It's like, it's one.
Just one, bro. Just the one. I'm excited though. I think this is gonna be good, especially if we get that Pac-Man out here. I mean, who knows? Who knows what can happen here?
Unless he has a better character than the Pac-Man that he's been hiding, I don't think there's no reason to not pull the Pac-Man out. Pac-Man was shown to be very effective. I don't think Concord has great matchup knowledge against the Pac-Man. Oh, it's time! Waka Waka.
Here we go. It's gonna be in their nightmares tonight. That's all they go hear.
Is that matchup? You're the ghost from Pac-Man, but Pac-Man is constantly powered up, and you're always flashing blue to get eaten.
All right, but interesting start there.
I think Trollery thought he was supposed to lose.
He's so used to it.
But so he just stood there. He's so used to it, like, oh wait.
Oh, it's even? Oh, word. All right.
Okay, and this, you know
good plays here, though. Good start.
This is great placement, I guess, especially on Kalos right there. Kalos, because Pac-Man doesn't have too many like really true invincible options on getting back to stage. This is actually a really good spot, especially for Snake, who has so many edge guarding tools. This is a great map for him, actually.
Absolutely. I mean, great pick here, but still, we do. It's a great pick in theory, but we do got to close out. But so far, Mozzie, he's holding blow for blow. I got to stop talking because every time I do, something happens to this poor guy, man. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry, man.
Oh, and Mozzie throwing away that key immediately. I would like to see him, if he gets a hold of key or any item, holding it for a little bit, right? Because a lot of people, well, most people should know this, but when you hold Pac-Man's item, of course, he can't charge up the next item. So that could be just a potential way to lame him out, or just try denying him his game plan. Nice. Ooh, see, there it is. That's the start of reading on shield right there. You know he's getting near out of shield. Jab one, immediately shield. And then boom, now you start focusing on the RPS of the situation.
Yeah, I mean, so far you can see they've clearly been ready and making adjustments for him because they knew he was coming, and they said, "All right, game plan, we got to get this ready." And luckily they had two more players to prepare for him, but still, good start, good damage, not gonna kill him.
Out, you know, almost too freaking with it.
Just got there. It was really dicey.
Right now, look, this is looking like the run back against Thanos. We are ready this time, and we're aiming for the head.
Fell asleep there, got hit by the key.
Oh no, it's Bell. Gotta be careful.
I would watch out for that because, I mean, Trollery is still on top of it. You get hit by that once, almost feels like a confirmed kill. It's got to be. Oh no!
Nice. Yep. Gonna get interrupted by the AWPE right there. Oh, try to use his own hydrant against him. Oh, and there it is. That's a stock. Hold on, brothers.
That's what we're looking for. That's what you're looking for. You're Concord. There's the one.
Absolutely. You've done 100% better than what happened last time.
Here we go.
Anything you get is extra.
Oh, that's not what we're looking for there.
That's definitely not what we're looking for.
The SD.
But listen, right? So in this matchup right now, you have nothing to lose, everything to gain, right? You have a teammate behind you. You just need to take a stop. In terms of decision making, you can take all the risks.
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes the most dangerous animal is the one with no survival instinct.
Literally, when you got nothing left to lose, you can just do whatever you want. You can get crazy out here with what you want to do. And it looks like he's trying to patrol. This pressure is ridiculous he's putting on him right now.
Yeah, and he keeps committing to Mozzie keeps committing to dash attack on shield. That's gonna be punishable every time. At least even though you've already taken the stop, if you can take that second one, this is what you want.
Absolutely. If you can get a 1-on-3, one stop to 3 for that next one, as good as Trollery's been, that's difficult for even the best players.
Yes, absolutely. So, last time, remember, it did end in an accidental SD. So potentially, right, if you get such, oh wow, dodges Bell, look at him up smash.
What a play there. What a play there. He set that up perfectly, covered every option there, and Mozzie just gets cooked there. Unfortunately, caught in the middle of it.
Yeah, he rolled in. He rolled in afterwards to avoid Bell, which is great. But then he committed to spot dodge again, and he was gonna get punished right out of it by that very active up smash of Pac-Man's. So good stuff right there. But Mozzie managing to take the stock to leaving his teammate at a 2-3 advantage against Troller. Now the question is, can you take 2 stocks off the Pac-Man?
Can you do it? Have any of their players managed to take 2 in one set from him? I don't think they have.
No, it was one each person, and then Mozzie got 3 stocks. But this time Mozzie managed to take a stock. So now this person was always this is I think this is not Cypher, not Mozzie. This is
Cammy. This is
Cammy. All right, so Cammy did manage to take a stock. Cammy has to take 2 stocks this time. Cammy can take 2 stocks. We're cooking.
We're cooking.
We're cooking, and that means we get a game 3.
But I mean, if you have anyone here with the potential to close out a match, I gotta be honest, Troller he's who you want. This is Game 7 LeBron coming out, walking out. He's ready to go. He's ready to start cooking over here. And I'm curious to see if Cammy brings out that peach against it. It didn't really work that well against Trollery. He was able to read it pretty well.
Yeah. There are a lot of times where she just didn't correctly tech chase or read the DI on a lot of the combo starters. She also managed to get hit by fruit a lot. Bayon,
we
playing Smash 4?
I was gonna say, wait a second.
Yeah, wait a second. Hold on.
Check my calendar. What year is it? Hello?
All right, and we're at Yoshi's. Okay. Yeah. Throw that stock away, Trolley. Yeah, and a taunt.
You don't need it. You don't need it. Say keep it.
Taunted again. Hold on.
I'm really curious to see because you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. I was gonna say what a start that would have been, but Cammy so far, I'm curious to see. I don't feel like we see a lot of Bayo in Smash Ultimate at all.
We don't see Bayo often, but if they play Bayo, that means they play Bayo.
Yeah. They know a thing or two. They've seen a thing or two.
Hold on. All right, and right now, Cammy's not looking too bad for this Bayo. There's the witch time right there. Oh, it doesn't get the full combo though.
I think though this might be a great matchup because Trolley does love to use those items, and if he can grab some witch times on them, that could be some free kills if he can play it right. But Trolley,
especially
no, he's still cooking. He's still
cooking. All right, so the good thing, right, is against the slower items, you can definitely react, or to items and hydrant, depending on their speed they're coming at you. You can react to get a free witch time against those, and those are your optimal times to punish them. It means you're gonna have to play a little bit more campy instead of just going in and getting punished.
Yeah. And I think I'm curious to see if they are gonna adjust like that, but right now they are still playing this really aggressively, which Trollery's just playing this so patient and so well. You can see him reading all of his moves. He's got him so spaced out.
Oh, Bell almost gets the hit right there. Yep, there he is. Oh, nice. Oh, there's Bell right there again.
No way. He's got lineups on this, man. He's been practicing for hours. Every map, he knows where he's going. He knows where he's going with every item.
Absolutely. Oh, there you go. Oh, we have Bell again. Gotta be careful.
Get Bell again.
Oh, no. Now it's Key.
Oh, he's got Key. Oh, no, there it goes. But, oh, no.
Not going to be able to get a kill, though.
This is getting really close here. You got to get the stock. There's Hydrant. Oh, no.
Oh, and he has 2 stocks.
He's got to get at least one on him. Ooh, almost
smash.
Connects.
Almost connects on it. We got for a full jab right there. Hold on. Oh, we're overcommitting now.
I think that might be a sign. He might be slipping up a little bit.
Oh, no.
I believe a little bit. Ooh. Oh, this is looking good right now.
Oh no! You already used your jump. No, Cammy, not like this.
Oh, that's not the way you want to go out here. That's heartbreaking. That is absolutely heartbreaking.
Oh, that's terrible. Not like this. Cammy.
Wow.
Oh. I'll be honest, after that, I turned it off the Switch immediately.
Turn it up. I'm walking away. I'm cleaning myself with the entire situation. Game never happened.
The
What do you
game.
mean?
I was never there.
We
That
play
was my
pen.
twin.
We play pen. Win. That never happened. That never happened.
Yeah,
Don't know about. Don't know what you're talking about.
We played pen last week. I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
I'm not even on Concord. I don't know what you're talking about. That was
Smash who?
Smash
Nah,
who?
never heard of it. Never heard of it, bro.
crazy. I play Super Smash Flash.
Yeah.
But anyway,
What a game though.
Yeah.
What a game though, just in general, man. For trollery too. Wow.
MVP.
Unbelievable stuff for him.
MVP.
Ridiculous.
We if we were giving out finals awards right now, totally would already have his confirmed.
That's MVP right there. That's MVP right there. But again, for Concord, they played pretty well when they had their matchups they wanted, and they were cooking. Sometimes they were playing pretty well for the most part, but the errors they made were so unfortunate. Like the SDs there are so many SDs, which you really, especially at that point, you can't overcome that, and it's so difficult. They're making some poor reads.
There were about 4 SDs, and that I think those were probably like the biggest errors, especially the unforced SD at the very end. With the bail hit, I think Cammy got so caught up in getting that hit, they didn't realize that they already used their jump to get back on the stage, and then didn't land once they got that next hit of side B. They didn't land, and they never touched the ledge. So they were still jumpless, and then they tried the air dodge back on the stage, but the air dodge wasn't high enough to just grab ledge. Yeah. All right, and we were trying to get the winning team for interview, but it seems they have no mics or headsets, so we sadly did not be able to ask them any.
They went out there just ready to go, man. They didn't bring anything.
We just raw dogs the match. We just came in with a switch and some internet and called it a day.
Trollery said, hey, you guys come over to my house, we'll hang out at the couch, play the game, have some drinks too.
They're actually playing from the students' lounge, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, now Jakey, it has been an honor commentating with you today. Of course, everyone can follow you on @Jacob M. Shannon on Twitter. I'm Kusix. You guys can follow me on Twitter @Kusix. And got to thank EACA for having us. I think we are going to ECAC for having us. And I gotta say, it's been a pleasure commentating. And we're just gonna close out.
Yeah, thank you all so much for having us. I mean, this is a great game. Had a lot of fun here. Some hijinks here and there, some goofy moments, but again, highlighting that Trollery just absolutely clean sweeped Concord's entire team. Just a crazy performance from him, and yeah, just some good stuff overall. Had a good time here.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll catch you guys next time. Peace
out.
Signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They were sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
We all got a thing. A thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means. everything.
Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. On my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
We all got a thing. A thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything.
Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
We all got a thing. A thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything.
Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment, at any scale. It's not for everyone, but if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it, and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What will you like today?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ECAC Fall Week 2 here at some Rainbow Six Siege action coming up for you as the Army West Point team takes on Wayne State College, both 1-0, both coming off 2-0 map victories last week. I'm Corbeck. Alongside me is Light Rose. We got some interesting action to bring tonight, Light Rose. How are you feeling about this one?
Good. Both of these teams coming off of 2-0 victories last week. So nothing much to really go off of either, that they're all vying for kind of continued on top of the standings. So I think this match we might see a little bit more back and forth between these two teams. It's oh, excuse me, got something got in my throat there. Basically, we just need to see kind of how these teams really shake out when going up against better competition.
Yeah, it's a really good point. I mean, it's kind of what we would call like an early season clash, right? You've had your good first week. You're coming into your second week now. You want to maintain momentum here and keep it rolling. And for one of those teams, that's going to be a possibility. For the other, not so much. But it is a best of 3 tonight, so we will potentially see 3 maps on the board. That's something to keep in mind here as well. But hopefully we'll be able to jump into this relatively soon. Whenever we've got all our R's from the teams, we can keep going. Unfortunately, Light Rose, you and I, we don't actually know all too much about these teams, so it's a little bit hard for us to make extensive speculations on what's going to happen here. But just name out of a hat, completely random, who are you going to go for?
Just kind of throwing a random dartboard in.
I'm picking West
Wayne
Point.
State.
So
Wayne
State.
So
all right, there we go.
We're going for opposites here. Based off of nothing but vibes.
Nothing but vibes. I just think that the Army West Point people should be good at Rainbow Six Siege. That's the line that I'm drawing in the sand here. But we're into the map now. You can see the band phase coming out already. It will be Villa to start us off. What do you make of the initial bands that we're seeing here?
Well, Jackal being a ban on Villa isn't very surprising. Thatcher is a little bit more of a surprise considering how things have shaked out since the, season change. Thatcher really doesn't get much chance because that impact EMP in play. So it would probably be better for Wayne State to, maybe choose something else, maybe bring a Nook to play, but Thatcher is sometimes teams' go-tos, and it is going to take a long while for them to kind of wean him off.
Yeah, very true. I mean, Thatcher has been such a steady ban, right, for so long. And the fact that the meta has now shifted, these tools have come in, the portable EMP grenade come in to sort of make him a little bit more efficient. It's a bit difficult, I think, for teams to get themselves out of this rut. But I will say the Mira, the Valkyrie, those are very standard bans, but some very powerful operators left out on the field for this. A zombie out there, Nook, as you mentioned, one who's increasingly become more and more valuable in a sort of recent play. I saw Nook wreaking absolute havoc the other day when I was commentating, and it looks like Empressi will actually be running that Nook here to start off on the attack. It will be West Point on the defense and Wayne State on the attack.
See if Nook really gets any big impact on play, because a lot of times some teams just can't really fit her in nice, and she just kind of ends up being a somewhat detrimental pick, especially if the Nook player just kind of doesn't you do actually the fragging. That is the something. Is Nook's kind of filed her way into a fragging operator. You know, she was supposed to be like a Vigil Caveira combo, like, oh, you sneak your way into the site and assassinate her. No, she's basically at this point, she has a 1.5. She has a gadget that might give you an edge just enough so that you'll win the gunfight. She's got frags. She's got an impact EMP. I think her third one is, does she have the hard breach as well? But, you know, if she does, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, I mean, she just has a lot of impact when it comes to gadgetry. That's basically what I'm saying.
She also has one of the best guns in the game. Arguably, I think the fastest time to kill of any gun in Rainbow Six Siege is that FMG9 that she holds on to right there. So that's something to keep in mind on that end. Just taking a look, though, it looks like a potential early clash could be on the way of Vigil kind of hanging out on the lower floor as we began to get an idea of what Wayne State's attack is going to look like. And it looks like a relatively broad clear, except, of course, for Impressi, who's sort of getting right to the heart of the matter here. Unfortunately, Quartz unmarked and roaming on the Vigil is going to be pretty difficult to deal with.
Yeah, West Point is setting their roamers on that first floor, and we could see an engagement happen really early here as Empressy is really pushing the limit when it comes to Nook's gadgetry. She does have the ability to stealthily sneak up on her opponents, but so far, nobody really wants to be the first to make the engagement happen. Wayne State is actually going to be pushing into 90. Hollow already here with about a minute 40 left in the round. They're actually going to be the first death instead of the first kill, so already Wayne State not off to a stellar start.
Yeah, not too pleased with how they're using those Roteros just now. It was basically being an attempt to hunt somebody's feet. It didn't work, but EG's in the site already, and looks like they're pretty much ready to secure this. Hopefully they can get Bakabil in there so they can get the plant down. That said, Quartz, who's on the roam, who should really be sweeping back in right now and causing some havoc, is really struggling to get back to the site. And sure enough, there comes the plant from Bakabil to get it down behind the vault door, as you usually do. And now the roles reversed. It'll be up to the defenders to fight their way back onto the bomb site.
Defenders have eyes on the diffuser.
Now with 30 seconds left, a 2v2, 2v1. It leaves Bakabil right by the diffuser, right by default. They are going to ping, and they're going to take out Quartz, who was flashed. Great utility play. But now they have to go up against the Maestro, the LMG. And I believe a drone had actually spotted the Maestro. A flash is going to go out and blinds another player. There's the last one. And now Soup, they have to get on this diffuser. They have about 5 seconds left before the chance is gone entirely. They're going to go out in the hallway, but they don't see the the Nomad, who is prone on the floor. So already a start for the attack that seemed really chaotic, but obviously they got the W there.
Bakabil actually playing that really well, I'm going to say, Light Rose, in the post-plant situation, considering it dropped to a 2v1. That's probably one of the most effective uses of flash grenades I think I've seen in a really long time, because usually you just get to the point where you're slinging those bad boys in there, right, to deal with projectile denial util. But no, that was good. Got the flash on the Vigil, swung out, got the kill, tried the same trick as well on Maestro. Didn't quite work out, but it did give him enough time to set up a good position, and a bit of a rock and a hard place moment there too for the defender. I mean, what was Soup really gonna have to do in that situation? It's not like you go in for the diffuser while you still got a Nomad floating.
And especially because the Hollow, it's a very good site, but it won't help you in that scenario when the box of it is actually obscuring the player who is prone on the floor. So
right,
nothing much the defense could do in that scenario. I think that's just kind of what the round is. You lead up to potentially these 1vx's. What your positioning is matters extremely well. What gadgets you put out. Let's see if there was a Maestro cam on map. That could have made a huge impact because you were able to clear out landing as a defender, even though you had 4 of your teammates dead. Then there is already Empressy is My friend, you are not Nook. You are not going to be able to do the same sneaky strategy. They get punished for it as Quartz, who is already in the kitchen doing what Pulse does best, looking at the ceiling. But for that right there, they were looking directly at the Amaru.
I was going to say, it's a weird Pulse extension on this particular point. Pulse, not an operator we tend to see a lot of, but hey, it's borne fruit, so I don't know that we can complain about it all too much here as Waffles attempts to sort of fight it out briefly here on the Mozzie. An interesting defensive lineup in general. I will say one of the things we didn't see those evil eye cameras from the Maestro involved in very much at all, and I do wonder if ooh, that's an unfortunate loss there for Keller. Sent that in, got immediately snagged by a Mozzie Pest. So one Rotero used, and those are the kind of things you don't really want to give up. They're such a valuable piece of utility, and there's another one that gets blasted, and that's not going to help them clear this defense. That's bad news, Bears. You cannot be giving stuff up like that. Here comes another one to go after a shield, and I don't even think they'll use it for that. They'll roll it down in another position. So something that they could really clean up here, Light Rose, is how they're deploying these Roteros, which is probably the most valuable piece of util they have.
Yeah, that in my eyes was definitely a mistake, but that was an IG has their eyes right on that staircase. The C4 from Waffles, I believe, is going to be beeping away, but it has no impact whatsoever on this round as we're back at a 4v4. But here's the important thing. Quartz is still alive. They are still able to give information to themselves and the teammates, and they know that Hollow is in Memorial. They saw the heartbeat go off, and they're actually going to peek into the hallway, I believe, trying to rotate back over to
attackers recovered the diffuser.
All right, well, you see immediately the C4 coming out from underneath there. Quartz on a killing spree, picks up a third, won't get a fourth, though, because IG is there to shut it down. Both of them coming in fragging here, IG 4 and 1. Hollow pushing up now towards map room, frag grenade prime, and now it's Chico here, just backing off a little bit, checking multiple angles as the frag grenades roll in, won't secure it. IG again with yet another kill that puts him on the triple. 13 seconds left, and the plant will have to go down. Good play from Hollow right there to turn this into a 2v1. Dave finally creeping out of cover, looking down range. Don't think they'll see anything just yet. Playing very tight on the door, and unfortunately, Hollow was in a much better position, swings back in and gets the frag, and another round here going the way of Wayne State.
What's funny is they actually had the Maestro cam on that little map area.
They did?
Despite, yeah. So it was actually giving information, but despite that, it just seemed like it was actually less of a chance there for West Point. So unfortunate that it happened that way. But right now, I think Wayne is making mistakes that West Point can exploit. West Point is having the advantage a lot of times when they get late into the round. They're just not securing their position. They're not holding on to the sites. They're just being way too flexible with the positions that they are giving these attackers.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment as well, and I'm glad that they're finally shifting up the bomb site. I tend to not really be a big fan, Light Rose, of people going immediately back to the first bomb site that they lose. It's, it's just difficult, right? Like, you just lost it. There's nothing in the cards that necessarily says that it's going to change, and I mean, I think on balance, that was a better round for West Point, mostly because of the play that came out of Quartz, but unfortunately not enough. So let's see if they have a little bit better luck over here on Trophy Statuary, where they're getting their defense set up. Bandit making an appearance is a bit of an interesting choice. Going for the projectile denial, but not bringing a Jaeger, only a Wamai, is also, I would say, a rather interesting strategic sort of decision.
Especially because Kaid is not banned. So Shaiko making the choice to go for Bandit. If, like, let's say a stray frag grenade makes the way in, takes out 2 bandit batteries, you only have 1 in your pocket because it is a triple wall, and now you're going to have 1 less player to work with. It's an early death. And this time, instead of being Wayne State, it's West Point who do lose somebody. Waffles, the Mozzie. That means there's no C4, there's no P10 Roni. I think that the most important thing, you're going to have one less player, and another one. Quartz is gone as well. We are not even a quarter of a way through the round, Corbeck, and already it's 2 people gone.
Well, that frag grenade kicked it into motion, but again, Hollow picking up a kill here onto Dave. Shaiko trying their best to just hold this together. Rolls back into the corner. That one stopped Bakabil, who comes surging in, gun in hand. And wow, a very comprehensive takedown right there by Wayne State, just sort of making it look easy and slicing and dicing the defenders. So, Trophy Statuary, not the better choice, it would seem, Light Rose.
Yeah, that went about as bad as you could probably get there. Yeah, no. I said they were being very flexible with who they let in sight. There wasn't any flexibility to begin with. They were just gone completely from the beginning, letting these attackers completely in the sight. And at this point, Corbeck, what do? It feels like there isn't really much West Point can actually do, because AVG has been 2 failures for them. Trophies, I think just take that off the board, considering how last round went. So they're just kind of looking at 2 failures in their hands and wondering which one is the lesser of 2 evils.
Yeah, I think in terms of site pick, I mean, I would come back to this, right? Like, if we're talking about lesser of 2 evils, this is where I would go, just because it is the stronger site in general. And as for just kind of a broad strokes, like what they should be doing on defense, I don't know. I mean, they need more of those aggressive engagements from Quartz. Like, you've got to be picking up early kills, right? And you can't be losing early deaths. But with only a 3-round sample, it's kind of hard for me to say, specifically do this, right? They could benefit a little bit more from the roam game, I think. Just spread it out a little bit more and really try and make contact earlier on, because it doesn't seem like when the pocket collapses, it just doesn't seem like they can do a whole lot.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing they can work on. The roamers haven't wasted time. They haven't really gotten kills that have been impactful, because every single time they have gotten a kill, it's been refragged relatively soon. And then they need to make sure that doesn't happen. Here's Waffles already. They find one, so that is a kill straight off the bat. You've got Quartz in the basement, so this is something. But I want to remind you, the first 2 rounds, Wayne State had the opening death, and they still came away with the victory. We're seeing something very similar here. Like I said, if West Point just cannot hold on to the advantage that they get, that is just the trouble.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Yeah, you're very, very on point with that. I mean, it was good to get Hollow out of the equation, but you have to take this and run with it now. That's your mission statement, such as it is. And again, here comes another Ratero. I've mentioned before, but these have not been very successful, and that kind of continues to be the trend. That Ratero got no value whatsoever. And if this is going to be a part of their active game plan, I mean, they have to make this stick. That's a much better one, but a good second kill coming through by Waffles takes IG off the board.
And we're 1:14 left. We still see a lot of attacker utility being deployed, and this Ratero is not going to find any utility, but it did give information out. I think something that potentially would have had an impact would be finding the bandit batteries, but because IG is dead, I don't think that's an option anymore. At this point, you have to go for a little bit of an aggressive play. Quartz is still on that first floor. The post scanner is still active. Bakabil has to hit the go button at this point, because there it is. 2 heartbeats, 1 C4 in the pocket, but it doesn't do the damage that West Point really would have wanted. Any kills there and it would have secured the round as Bakabil peaks. They do not find the kill onto Quartz. Deal a lot of damage, but they escape, and there goes your Flores and your Nomad. This should be the first round for West Point to secure. It's only 1 IQ left on the board between them and victory.
Just 1 IQ and make it 0 IQs right there. Good kill from Army West Point to solidify their final victory of the round. Nice snap on that shot. Got to give them a little bit of credit for the vim and vigor right there, but finally picking one up on the defensive side. Now, Light Rose, they just need to bury 2 more in the pocket, and they'll be they'll be in a comfortable position, though I feel like the specter of at least a 4-2 is looming relatively large over Villa at the moment. So hopefully they'll be able to recover on trophy statuary. Interesting. They're going for a very similar lineup to what they ran last time they were down here. Again with the Bandit. Not sure I'm 100% confident about that. And again, no Jaeger here to kind of boost up projectile denial. Really just sticking with the Lamai.
Well, to be fair, last time they went here, it really wasn't because of strategy that they lost this round. It was just simply because Wayne really just rushed the site. They had the advantage and they took that, completely went through and just won the round. I think it was a flawless round last time we were here, round 3, or at least close to it. But Empressy on the Lion, I do like that change as well. I think if they do go for something similar, that will absolutely lend itself to that type of rush strategy. But once again, yep, I have to agree with you that I don't really like the strategy, but I don't think it will be the downfall of West Point.
No, I don't think it'll be the downfall either. I mean, we also have to give maybe some credit to West Point. We have no idea what their attack's going to look like here. So they might just be a team that doesn't particularly like defense. And that's a common enough occurrence that you can't really rule it out. Hollow, by the way, on the Twitch, the natural enemy of bandit batteries everywhere, sort of the apex predator, if you will. Obviously, Shaiko on that bandit is watching it very carefully to make sure nobody sticks one in, but not sure what IQ was doing actually in that situation.
I'm wondering if there was like a Mozzie pest or
yeah, I think that's probably was it. That's very strange.
I kind of feel bad for Bakaville because that's been 2 times where we've just caught something odd from them happening. Last round they missed the kill on Chorus. This time we just catch them in an odd position, punching the drone hull. We got to get some kills, Bakaville. We gotta like raise their spirits on the stream here.
Well, that might raise their spirits a little bit. Hollow coming in with a big kill right there onto Dave, and that is your Womai done and dusted. Hollow re-engaging the FAMAS in hand, an old fragging classic from back in the day when Twitch was the frag operator of Siege. Waffles comes swinging around the corner. Immediately, the Nitro Cell is ripped and thrown. Will not take Hollow down, and a significant concentration building up now in the master bedroom and bathroom side as they figure out how to want to pick this apart. IG starts the trend, though, by taking out Soup, and Hollow follows it up, and it's all in the back now of Quartz and Shaiko.
And the Pulse, with possibly the worst gun statistically, isn't going to be able to get anyone. What a great round for Hollow. They're leading the charge, getting the entry, getting the final kill. They just absolutely led the way for Wayne State there, as they do secure at least a 4-2, but a 5-1 would not surprise me. This is the first time that we are going to Kitchen. West Point, with how Trophy went, I don't feel confident going to something like a tertiary site if their secondary site is as weak as we just saw it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you kind of despair about what Kitchen and Dining is going to look like realistically. And I did say the specter of 4-2 was looming large. It might even be the specter of 5-1 now. Hopefully this site will be a little bit of a silver bullet. They can ameliorate some of the problems that they've been having. But Wayne State, I mean, they're just looking very collected on their attack. Most importantly, Light Rose, they're just winning the gunfights. I think that's the like... As much as I want to try and tactically pick this apart, as far as someone with my like walnut-sized siege brain can, they're just killing them. I mean, there's not a lot more to be said. They just find the kills and hammer them home.
Yeah, ever since we got to the 3rd round, which was the first time that we went to Trophy Statuary, these rounds have been so quick. Wayne State haven't taken their time getting in the building, haven't taken their time getting frags. They have just really pushed forward. Haven't even gotten the fuser down since round 2, the 100% diffuser put down, I guess I should say, from round 2 and beyond. With this basement, something about this basement, West Point just loves it. I don't usually see so many players down here.
No, you don't. Normally they stay out of virtual basements at least, but here they are in fine fashion, having a little gunfight around the pantry. Another site where you actually don't see that much shooting going down, but don't tell Shaiko here or Hollow with that FAMAS trying to secure some kills. Still, the defensive perimeter remains relatively inviolate. Now, Hollow, though, coming in on the Twitch drone, doing some real nasty work there, shutting down gadgets. And unfortunately, they don't really... The drone denial has been working for West Point, but only in regards to Roteros. Twitch drones, they get free reign here.
And regular drones as well aren't really getting shut down either. Wayne State's allowed to kind of throw their drones. We haven't seen too much usage of the drones, so we don't really know how they're actually utilizing it. But Empress Z, who was the main player right there inside a pantry, is going to go down. Hollow immediately gets the refrag onto Shaika, was the first smoke canister is deployed. But already, IG is by this China doorway. They should be able to enter the site as well. Banshee is going to give away their position. Dave, I don't know if they know that IG is actually there, but there is the Capcan trap. They did not look at the one door that actually had it, and that's going to kneecap a huge power play from these attackers.
Yeah, it is going to negate a big power play indeed. 3-2 now, and Hollow trying to fight their way in still from the pantry. Quartz is actually upstairs and maybe needs to consider walking it back, but he can as long as Keller is here. So that's the next gunfight to watch. Hollow does secure the kill onto Soup. Terry there pre-firing just a little bit. You can see the Vigil crouching up into position. He doesn't expect it at all, and Quartz takes him down. And finally, West Point gets their second victory and holds off the attackers to a 2-4 half.
So now we don't know much about these teams. So West Point, now's the time to show us that attacker strategy that you have in your back pocket, because I think I need to see something from you to really give me confidence that you can win Villa, win the next couple maps that we have, which I believe we actually didn't say what they are. The next two maps will be Oregon and Chalet. Chalet, the decider if we need to go there, as Wayne State does look really good here on Villa. I don't know how that will transfer to Oregon or this defensive side, but they are bringing Kaid, which I think you and I like a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm much more of a fan of the Kaid in general. On this site, I can see maybe the idea of the Bandit in that, okay, well, it's not just one thing they have to destroy, right? They have to destroy lots of things to render the defense inoperable. Whereas the Electro Claw, at the end of the day, it's just one Electro Claw, but the coverage for value, I think, is just much higher from the Kaid. You get all three panels. You just need to use one Electro Claw as opposed to 3 Bandit batteries. Yeah, there are good and the bad, but I think the Kaid is the better choice. Also looks like a spawn peak on the line here for the Kaid. That'll be IG who's setting up for that. Hollow as well. Very aggressive positioning across the board from the Wayne State College team. And these are the kind of moves, by the way, that are feast or famine. For the moment, it's feast. Hollow securing the kill onto Soup, who was not ready. The MX Storm singing right there, and then the fallback. IG, however, not having quite as much luck on his particular fishing trip, but a good start nonetheless.
Yeah, you could see there really wasn't any communication given their Soup was mantling onto that balcony, thinking that they had the safest rappel in their lives, but nope. There was Hollow, who has reached double digits. They are on 10 kills so far. I don't think they're going to stop anytime soon, as so far West Point, they're positioning themselves on the west side and mostly on the northeastern side near master bedroom. They seem to be going for some sort of split push, as Dave is droning Quartz in near this bore windows. They're keeping with the LMGs despite the nerfs to the recoil, and how if you continue to fire that LMG, it will be extremely hard to control. They are rocking that instead of the Para.
They are rocking it indeed. IG securing another kill right there and just getting in the front door now, looking increasingly difficult for West Point. You will see one of them get in. That's about all they've managed to do so far. The rest are sort of still running around outside. Dave is in and creeping forward, and now the follow-up coming through as you get Waffles in there as well. Okay, so now maybe you can start building your forces up for an attack, but you're going straight into astronomy, and there are defenders awaiting, and, well, that's exactly what I'm talking about right there.
I I think Shaiko should be able to get revived, potentially, but still, Baka's able to get at least a little bit of damage, but Terry has a little bit of an angle that they're able to make with their own fist. Baka tries to go for the confirm with the pistol. They take a lot of damage in the process, but Waffles is a dead man. You can see the amount of Wayne State members that are converging on their position is multiple, and it's a flawless on the first defensive round, as already Wayne State looks just as comfortable here as they did on the attack.
Yeah, they certainly do look comfortable, and I think that's bad news for West Point, who really just have not been able to wrap their heads around the way Wayne State is playing. The highly aggressive defensive style coming out here, Light Rose, shouldn't surprise us, I guess, based on kind of what we saw from the attack, right? You think about maybe like the Nook and Pressy getting really aggressive and trying it again the next round on the Amaru with less effective results, but still, you get the idea. The catch-22, though, is if you are going to be taking spawn peaks like that and you do it frequently enough, the other team will adapt and those spawn peaks become far less valuable. So I'm, genuinely curious to see whether or not Wayne State's going to rush back into that again this round. I think odds are they will, but it's a more risky maneuver every time you do it. Let's just put it at that.
Yeah, it's something that just lessens in effectiveness every single time that you do it. But a lot of kind of mobile operators, I think, on the side of Wayne. Most of these you could consider in some semblance a roaming. They don't have any wall denial. The only one is really an Amaru, who's not a wall denial. You may think so, but she has almost no effectiveness when it comes to trying to deny walls. Hollow is going to go for the spawn peak. I don't think it'll get any effectiveness along with that is Baka build. It says Wayne wanting to get another early advantage. It's not going to be given them like they did last round.
No, it's not going to be kind of giving them the same advantage, even though they did hunt for the spawn peak. No joy on it. And West Point, I mean, I got to give them credit. They're at least taking their time. Oh, I think Impressy was actually misdroned right there. If they had held off, they might have been able to sneak one past, but unfortunately, they couldn't contain their bloodlust. They'll get the drone on the second side, but that is not a safe window to be entering, my friends, at all. And Impressy's going to let him know by firing off a couple of rounds from the SMG, give him something to think about there as they continue to try and orchestrate this master bedroom push with very limited success.
I think that right there allows us to see some of the flaws that West Point have. The droning isn't actually going to be a detriment as they do get the opening kill into IG, find the second one as well. It's only Empressy, really, by what I believe is landing that they just have to root out. But I was going to mention that the droning on West Point seems to be a little lackluster. They just don't have the perception sometimes that is needed to find some of these roamers that are in key positions. Empressy is still alive, finds a kill onto landing, but is going to try to rotate back onto the site, or at least an alternative angle near landing, as the drone, I believe, once again did not spot them as it rounded around the corner. So they are just, they're not playing Vigil, but it really feels like it.
No, they are indeed, and they're slowly tightening up their defense here, which is good. Those roamers have cost the advance of West Point significant time. We're almost underneath a minute now, which means the water with the frog in it, that's starting to boil. They're gonna have to make some decisions here and make some serious moves. Dave, of course, droning in here, actually getting really good intel off of that because nobody is aware. Dave's gonna try and actually creep on their belly to a position where they might be able to secure a foot shot. Can't quite get it, goes over the top instead, but unfortunately they cannot confirm the kill, so Keller falls back to a defensive position behind the bar.
Yeah, a foot shot was definitely in the cards, but they just were not able to spot it through the debris. Bakabil actually gets an angle now with that ace charge, but it's actually the Aruni who is going to be the first step as we start the execution phase. It's Wamai and Oryx left in a 3v2 as Baka gets one of their own. That diffuser is going to go down in default spot as Empressy tries to get an alternative angle. They get a little bit of damage onto Supas. Baka peeks, but doesn't take out Shaiko, and the Claymore is allowed to go through. It's only left up to Empressy in the 1v3. The Claymore is still in the default position. They don't have a lot of time on their side. I do not like their odds in this scenario, and they're not even able to find one in this scenario.
No, they're not able to find one, and that's unfortunate there for the folks from West Point. They're on match point now, if I remember correctly, or maybe it's round 5. No, okay, so we're heading into 6. That's whew. It's a tough road to go here, but at least they're starting. I mean, can they turn it around at this point in time? Yeah, I think they could. Whether or not that will definitely happen, though, I think is very much a matter for debate. I feel like that was a very illogical point. I apologize.
Well, here's the thing that something to note on is that Wayne is electing to go back to AVG, something that we kind of chastised West Point for doing a lot because it just led to almost the exact same result in the first time. I don't know if we're going to see the same result. I know that Wayne is a little bit sharper of a defensive team than West Point was, or at least, you know, from these first couple rounds. But so far, Wayne, I cannot say that I really like their chances going back to the same round for reasons that we really stated earlier. It's you lost here once. The odds are not in your favor.
No, they're not. And that's something that you and I talked about when we had West Point on the defensive side as well, right? They went back to the same well twice, and there weren't no water in it twice either. So Hollow now setting up. I mean, they've got the Jaeger in play. They've got the Wamai in play. Plenty of projectile denial on the board, and the silencer on that revolver, which is obscene, but
I've never seen that before. I didn't even know you could put a suppressor on the
I
Keratos.
know that they made
sense,
suppressors better, but God bless.
It looks so ugly with the suppressor on it.
Oh my lord. I feel like I could go into a whole like gun nerd rant about why that's not even possible, but here we are. Anyway, Dave picks up a kill early on there, gun in hand, speaking thereof, and Pressy doubling back. I think the Oryx is kind of the odd man out here, especially when he's not on the roam. He's contained to the site, playing more of an anchor role at the moment, which is a interesting position for that particular operator to be in. Keller still looking to break that donut as well, has the DMR in hand. And now I think it's just a matter of sort of shaping for West Point. They have to get their positions right, and they have to get their pushes in the right places.
Yeah, a lot is in West Point's hands. I think now that they took out Hollow, the lead fragger, they're starting to chip away at the defensive utility. And at this point, it feels like it is their round to lose. They've given themselves a lot of advantages. If Waffles can be survived, no, IG is going to be there to get the confirm. They do have that suppressor, as we were talking about earlier, and they're still going to be able to roam around the map. Potentially Quartz could be there waiting by these stairs, by main stairs. But so far, roamers have been so good for Wayne.
They have been indeed, and Soup getting whacked early on there by Baka Bill on a wide-ranging shot with the AUG. Another magnet coming out, but there's only so much you can really prevent with them. The trick coming in far too late. Baka Bill denies at least part of the opening, but still, it makes that place untenable. The Wamai will have to realign their defensive position, though they can still hold out here for now in games and planes. Quartz putting a couple of shots down range just to sort of freak him out, and Bakabil, nowhere to go, gets gunned down right there.
You could feel the pure panic in their eyes when they were trying to go for the trick. Now that Quartz has been taken care of, we're at essentially a 3v2, as I don't believe Baka will be able to get revived. Now a 2v2 now that IG is gone. No plant denial. Baka might be able to get confirmed as Terry is actually able to pure through that one hole, and Dave with about 50 HP doesn't have the diffuser, and Terry with the exact same angle finds the remaining two to secure Wayne State the round. So I guess we were wrong. Going back to the same site, it did work out for them in this one.
Yeah, it did. And I mean, sometimes it works. It puts you on match point right there for Wayne State. Unfortunate for West Point because they did have a brief surge right there where it looked like they might, battle their way back, but 3 rounds and you can't give up a single one. I mean, you're kind of dancing on the knife edge here if you are that Army West Point team. So that's something to keep in mind for them. Trophy Statuary will be the site of choice that they will work their way back to, which makes sense. Unless you're really confident in the tertiary site of Kitchen, this will be where teams go. Bringing the Kaid along here as well for the defense. A solid choice. I mean, looking at the setup that West Point has, they haven't selected what I would consider to be a particularly strong sort of util denial operator. And as a kind of follow-up to that as well, Light Rose, they don't really have a hard breacher in this setup either. There's nobody who really fills that role. Even if you did bring along Capital, I mean, he has portable hard breach charges, but he's not a, specialist in that regard.
Yeah, Capital does have the hard breach, but if I remember last time, they were at Bore Window, which is where you do not want your hard breach when their main job is to get rid of that master wall. And I want to know if Capital's job is not to get the wall, then what's the point of bringing the Capital?
Fair question.
I need to see something from West Point that maybe will indicate that they have something in mind. Here is where Capital now finally is by that master side. They're not being assisted by what I believe was the flex support last time, either Dave or Quartz, or basically go for something a little bit default, West Point. I need to see something that you have some semblance of strategy in mind, that you're able to string together a semblance of a strategy. I think if you get that, that is the first step towards victory.
I mean, I will point out, I don't think Capital is necessarily a bad operator. I think he's just a specialist pick. Yeah, he's a scalpel, really. He needs to be used in very specific ways. And that's not something that teams at a top level are always ready to do. But, he's picked up a kill already, taking Baka Bill down. That's the Wamai, too, dropping early, which means that the disc can't keep getting put out over time. So it's a dent in the projectile denial aspect of the defense. In fact, the only projectile denial operator they had. Still, though, West Point has to make up a lot of space here. There's just room that they need to take back. Whoa, good spot out right there. Whether they had the drone or it was just guesswork, it will secure them the kill onto Hollow as well. So 2 big deaths early on here, the number 2 and 3 frag respectively from West Point as they continue their rolling advance here onto Trophy and Statuary.
And now West Point have actually suppressed Empress's effectiveness. They kind of funneled him back in Red Hall. He's had to rotate all the way to Living Room as he's taken a lot of chip damage. And you see 1 anchor in each of these sites. Wayne are struggling to hold on to, I think, the shred of a site. You have Soup in Master. You've got Quartz still trying to hunt for Empressy, who, if they get a late flank, I think could really be a detriment to this attacking side. It's just about staying alive, keeping these 2 players left alive, as Waffles might have gotten 1, but it seems that they paid the price for it. And now with a 4v2, Empressy still on the flank, only Terry left in the site, and they are going to have to be an absolute bastion of effectiveness as Empressy now goes up the red stairs. They do spot 1. They take out Shaiko as the diffuser starts to go down, but that air jab is going to stop the plant for now. Or actually, no, Dave is going to keep that plant down. Empressy is now going to try to help the team as West Point, it was a chaotic couple of seconds. They seem to kind of lose their grip, but get it at the last second, Corbeck.
Yeah, they do seem to get it at the last second. They'll stave off disaster for 1 more round here, but still got to make up that difference if they want to push this into overtime. Interesting that both of these teams, like Rose, do seem to be more attacking sides. I mean, what we saw right there was a good sort of like attack coming out of West Point, and Wayne State, I mean, their attack was very strong as well. Their defense has been all right. I don't think I would rate it super highly. And I'm curious, like, as this continues, moving on to our next map, which I believe is going to be Oregon, how that's going to play into it, because Oregon is a defensive-sided map, much like Villa is. So interesting to see 2 attacking-sided teams. I feel like that's a relatively unusual situation. Normally, teams lean towards defense as their better side.
I think because defense, you don't really have to actually make the engagements happen.
No.
As the attack, you set the tempo. You are the ones who have to take the gunfights. You have to push the objective. And so it's a lot easier on the defense to kind of rest on your laurels, hope that your strategy was just too mind-numbingly difficult for the attack to chip their way through. So Wayne, having a decent defense, I think, is more than enough because their attack was so strong. So I think they're not going for the spawn peaks, which is smarter, but Empercy wanting to go for that drone peak, I should say.
Yeah, I agree. I think that we're looking at two teams that are maybe starting to feel each other out a little bit better as well. It does seem like West Point is adapting. I think out the gate, Wayne State kind of had the advantage in that regard, but these last rounds have shown us a West Point that feels a little bit more in control. Even the one that they lost, it did kind of feel like they were in a bit better position. So if they can capitalize on that momentum and keep this forward, we may very well see an overtime before we get out of this. I doubt that's going to happen. I think Wayne State is just going to bury this in one of these rounds, but you never know. That said, no early kills yet on the board here for either team. And that's something that I think it works to the detriment of West Point, who really, really want those early deaths. And Keller picks up a kill right there and takes Quartz down, and that might be the end here. Oh, Hollow picking up Soup as well, and yeah, the kill monster biting the other way. 3 to 5 on the attack are not numbers I would want.
Yeah, the last round, basically going straight off of frags is kind of a fluke for West Point. And the Lightning hasn't been able to strike twice for them so far. They haven't been able to get 2 consecutive rounds this entire map, and they need that. Otherwise, it is going to be Wayne State who take Villa. Now that Shiko is gone, I believe takes a frag grenade to the face and gets confirmed by Waffles. And Hollow tries to go for the peak. They get extremely punished for it, and now it seems like West Point has a chance here as we get past the 60-second threshold.
Yeah, they might. 2 to 3. They know what they're playing for here in this match, so they've got to get the win if they want to hold on to this. They've still got a lot of distance they need to cover, and entrenched defenders they're going to have to deal with. And Pressy in a very nasty position, I would say, just kind of using that hole as sort of a peak right there where you wouldn't necessarily expect a defender to be. Waffles already taking a nasty hit. The frag grenade or the flash grenades coming out, the stuns going in. Waffles eaten alive by Keller's DMR. That just leaves Dave here. The last one standing. Dave can't win the challenge against Bakabul, and that is the end right there. So round number 1 going to Wayne State in this match.
And not too difficult for them as well. I think a couple key changes. Winning gunfights, that was honestly the difference between victories and losses. And in those 4 rounds, it was just West Point that won their ones, and they didn't have a better chance in those 7 other rounds that allowed the other team to win. So going on to Oregon, I think that is going to be the difference between victory and defeat. We'll see if strategy plays into it at all. Maybe the map geometry helps West Point a little bit more, but so far, Wayne State, I think, still has the advantage when we go on to Oregon.
Yeah, I agree. Wayne State with the advantage, but West Point, they've gotten in here. I don't think they're done, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with map number 2, Oregon, after this break.
Another Cloud 2 classic.
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Skip entry level. decide to lead as an Army officer.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big. Foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
We all got a thing. A thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything.
Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment. At any scale. It's not for everyone. But if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the ECAC Fall Season Week 2 Rainbow Six Siege matchup here. It is West Point versus Wayne State College. I'm quarterback. Alongside me is Light Rose. Our first map, Villa, going the way of Wayne State. Now we look ahead to Oregon in front of us on the roadway. And, well, before the break, Light Rose, you said that it was not looking particularly good for West Point. I think both of us are going to stick with that going forward here.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you were the one who predicted West Point.
I did.
Now, granted, that was
Off
out of
nothing.
literally nothing. But would you like to change your prediction, Corvick?
You know, no, I'll stay with it. I'm going to be true to my initial guesstimate, and we'll see. I mean, I think this is the thing. I do think that West Point has tools that they could use to come back into this. The match loss that we just saw was close enough at times that I feel like it could have been almost a map sort of situation where I think you said it was the map geometry maybe affecting things. So going now on to Oregon, maybe we will see a change here.
Yeah, but we'll have to see when we go on to the map itself. We are kind of getting in there. We'll go to the band phase, see if anything changes. It was Jackal, Thatcher, Mira, Valkyrie last time. I wouldn't be surprised if it's similar, if not the exact same.
No, it wouldn't surprise me either. I mean, those bands seem to be comfortable for both of these two teams in the sense that they played around them relatively efficiently, but it's not. Flores getting taken out early on, which is interesting because Flores really was a non-factor on Villa, despite the fact that he was run quite frequently. And I mean, he is a good operator for Oregon, to be sure, but I just don't think that was necessary. But here we go. Jackal out of the woods as well. So leaving some very strong operators on the board, namely specifically for Oregon, Habana not banned, which means that top hatch opening becomes significantly easier for attackers. We'll see what Wayne State has in the tank here for defender bans. Mira, I'm going to say Valkyrie. So relatively standard stuff on the defensive side again.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it was West Point who were actually trying to utilize... Was it West Point or Wayne State? No, it was Wayne State, excuse me. It wasn't West Point. That was actually utilizing the Flores on Villa. Now, their effectiveness, I think that's up to debate. To me, it's not enough that you need to ban Flores, but on Oregon, he also gets a lot more play. So I think that's just kind of something you have to consider as well. West Point still starting out on the defensive side. They're going to start on that second floor and just still bring in the Bandit. I think this side is a little bit more comfortable with Bandit, but I think Mute would be better. And there it is. Super bringing that Mute as well. So a lot of denial coming out here from West Point.
Yeah, doubling up on that. And again, the Bandit remains sort of an interesting choice here because, you know, this is a site that, yeah, Bandit works perfectly well for defending this. I'm not going to say that he's a bad operator here. It's just, you know, the Kaid might give you a little bit more flexibility, especially on Oregon. On this site in particular, it's actually not that difficult to hide Kaid charges in the places that you specifically need them. Looking at closet wall and attic wall, there are ways to essentially bury Kaid's electro claws in little pockets that are much harder to find. Bandit batteries, though, I mean, those are full-on car batteries, so you can't really hide them very well, and that's something that they're going to have to deal with, specifically looking at the closet wall. Attic wall, probably not that big of an issue.
I mean, the best spot to hide your car batteries is the ocean. Everybody knows this.
I don't know if we should be advising some impressionable child out there. Well, Light Rose on ECAC said I should do it.
Yeah, get your professional battery disposal advice from a collegiate esports Rainbow Six stream. Okay, moving beyond that goofiness, talking about the roamers from West Point. We saw Courts in the basement, which is objectively the farthest you could get from the site. I maybe a long flank coming through will be the best option for Courts here, as nobody will spot them in the basement, I think, but it's going to take them a long time to get some effectiveness.
Oh, well, that's a good breach and clear right there with the Thatcher. So that's a bit of an old school siege maneuver in action for you. The West Point defenders, though, they have managed to pick up the first kill here. They've got IG down early on, so the Nomad no longer part of the equation. I love what they did, by the way, opening this hole up in the floor as kind of we would call that in the business a grenade sump, like somewhere where grenades will just drop down. I think that was clearly the intended purpose. Unfortunately, it just didn't work on the first Thatcher grenade, and the guns aren't working either, because 2 kills coming in quick here for the side of Wayne State.
And they get the advantage. It's Soup, Shiko, and Waffles. Waffles has the only kill so far on the side of West Point, who have to defend against what seems like a good start for this attacker side as Empressy moves into meeting, tries to get the one player looking the wrong way, but Waffles isn't actually going to press. The Empressy is going to be the one to do that, and they get punished for it by the Ella, who's still able to roam on that second floor. Shiko has a power position behind the box, but they get damaged, do a little bit in return, but in the process they have to prone just for a little bit to allow themselves to reload, recollect their thoughts, and potentially fire back, as so far Wayne State still have not actually... I kind of threw me off with a little crouch for the drone.
Just lets him know. He likes to know that he's being watched. It helps with the whole push. It gives him a sense of comfort. But the plant coming in now, Keller just running in there on Thatcher, slamming it down. Obviously, some defenders here as well trying to prevent it from happening, but they will do nothing. Hollow there securing the cleanup onto Shiko, and Keller now fighting it out at point-blank range. Waffles, though, fighting right back into this one, not giving it away for free. It won't stop Keller from getting the kill on the other side. 30 seconds or less on the diffuser right now. Soup, the only one remaining, SMG 11 in hand, only 14 bullets in the magazine, and he will die with 14 bullets in the magazine. Good clear there from the game's window.
And there we go. Wayne State already putting one on the board on the attacking side. And I think West Point not act... Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, like, I think that's a good thing not going back to the same place. But nope. It's going to be Kid Storms. There we go. They're going to try the exact same thing. So Wayne is going to try the exact same thing. And what is West Point going to do differently? That is what you always have to ask when you go back to the same side, bring the same operators. And so far, go back to Villa, they didn't really do enough to get themselves a victory most of the time. I think, Corbeck, what do you think West Point could do that could really allow themselves to actually win this round?
Yeah, you see something that they could do here, Light Rose, I think, is obviously they can't really, I think, deny that hard breach very well. It's just not going to happen. So they're going to have to play a little bit more around holding off Wayne State on that side of the map. The attic was a bit of a red herring, I think. Like, that was relatively shut down by one player, right? Where the real defensive thrust came was games, and they didn't have anybody there to really hold it down. And that's something that they're going to have to shift here. They need more guns focused on that opening when it comes through, assuming that it does, which by the look of Wayne State's attacking plan is exactly what they want to do here.
Court still doing the same thing, going all the way down to basement. Here's the thing, though. You mentioned that grenade hole. It's a little obvious sometimes when that's kind of the defender's options, when they want to just try to take out the breach from Classroom. So, you know, those attackers will just go on the first floor, get the breach open, and take out, let's say, Quartz, who tries to go in Classroom and shoot it out. Now you have one roamer off the board, and the breach is open, as Quartz is now going to be going to the first floor, as it seems like it's actually an attic play a little bit for Wayne State this round.
I will say, I think perhaps I overestimated the plan that was going on with the floor right there. I think you're right. It's just for somebody to sneak up underneath and get the kill. I was assuming it was made that way in advance to kind of let grenades roll through, but by the way, IG just melts Quartz right there. No hesitation whatsoever. Soup, though, answering right back. That's Hollow down, so no more Twitch drone in play here. If they are going for an attic push, that would certainly flip the script a little bit, but it is a very difficult direction to push from just focusing there. They definitely have some pieces in place right now where they're moving in from various directions. Wolf, for example, trying to sort of stave off an approach through Armory. I don't think anything feels particularly inviolate right now, and I don't think Wayne State's attack is really shaped up in any specific direction. Ooh.
Claymore is going to get the confirm there onto Dave, who tried to go for a flank, and that's exactly what the Claymore punishes. IG getting an amazing kill there onto Waffles. It seemed like they knew what their exact position was as they swung into Trophy. Now that you've got this games wall open, Attic is another position that the defenders can't be. Now you've got Games Wall open. Soup and Shaiko do not have a lot of options when it comes to this defense. I don't think, can Soup actually fit in? Yes, they can. Through the prone angle, they can get potentially the jump onto one player going into walk-in, but now as there's 30 seconds left, Wayne can afford to actually drone everybody out, and there's Soup just not ready for the Bachville push. Shaiko's gonna be able to get one, but immediately refragged by Empressy. Wayne just, once again, winning the site by going exactly the same site and playing exactly the same.
Yep. That is the danger that we were talking about on our previous map of Villa. If you get a little, too familiar with going to the same site each time, those are the kind of problems that you open yourself up to. And that's, exactly what we saw illustrated by Wayne State. And they seem quite happy to attack that position again and again and again. Now the swap down to Laundry Room. Again, I would have done this last round. I think it is also a stronger defensive site, realistically. So we'll see how they prep it up here. By all indications, they're going for a semi-standard defense. Bit confused why they have both Bandit and Kaid in this setup. The only implication I can think of is they're trying to secure both hatches and a wall. But the wall that you would secure with those Bandit batteries is not immediately obvious to me. I mean, yes, you could put a Bandit battery there, Observer, but I don't know if that's what they're thinking. Maybe these walls that he's fortifying now. It's a bit of a mystery game right now where he's going to slam those batteries down, because I don't get it, Light Rose, but I often don't see. So
I just love the universal wiggle coming out from our Observer Baxty. It's like, guys, I think this is where it's going to go, as if that's not the most obvious place that, like, it's probably the only place that you really could put a Bandit battery down.
But it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you think actually, as
is
you
that
value?
Yeah,
well, here's the thing: as you kind of go up in Siege, teams will actually not reinforce one of those. They'll actually leave a hole open so that one player from Pillar can get an angle. And now you've just got Hollow, who's going to throw a Twitch drone in there, able to find, I think, one of the Bandit batteries is on one of the areas, and then you've got a Kaid Claw as Hollow's maybe looking for it, but just Dave on the Bandit. I would hope you go somewhere else, and yeah, now you've got the Electroclaw. It's spotted, so a lot of the defensive utility is just completely wiped off the board, and especially because a Thatcher is in play. I just realized that, Corbeck. Like,
I that's a bit of a suspect decision. I just think, I think it's the obvious place to put Bandit batteries. I don't think that was my objection. It just doesn't make sense to put Bandit batteries there. And Soup just got walked past in the hallway. Oh, Soup, no! You must maintain the elbow. Good walkout from Soup. Unfortunately, Hollow just eats him alive there with the FAMAS. And, well, it looks like all the windows are starting to close here, and Dave getting rolled up, and that just leaves poor old Quartz trying to fight back, and he slaughters the wall, but not the attacker. The final run in from the FAMAS, all it takes. Good night, Eileen. Oh, poor West Point. Can't quite adapt here on Oregon defense either.
I would say that I think this is almost the exact same as what we saw in Villa. It literally started out 1 player left alive, 2 player left alive, 5 players left alive, and this is almost exactly the same, minus there were 2 players left alive in the first round. But Wayne State feels like they have such a better fundamental grip on how to play Oregon than West Point does. And what West Point brings to the table, Wayne State is so easily able to counter. They are going to go back to basement, but they are going to change. They're still bringing the Bandit, but this time they've got a Mozzie. Now that is not, the change that might be needed, but I think it's better than nothing so far. As it's kind of a shifting of the guard a little bit. You've got Dave on the smoke this time instead of the Bandit, so I think just a fundamental changing of roles could potentially be what's needed.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is... I mean, I said that West Point has the tools, and I do firmly believe that. I think they have the tools to win games. I do think some fundamental questions need to be answered here by this team. I think there's some things that they could really focus on. One of those things, drone denial. has been a huge issue for them. It was an issue on Villa. It remains an issue. Hollow is playing Twitch. Yes, 100%. A very effective operator in a lot of different situations, but they have to be mitigating it, right? The first time the Twitch came in and killed your bandit batteries, okay, then you know that's something you're going to have to specifically move to counteract. And yet they haven't really taken steps to do that, Light Rose. So that's just one thing, right, that I think that they can make a serious difference on. You know, maybe using smoke grenades at a more opportune time. I think that's something that they struggled with. Specifically, I refer to smoke canisters, not the kind of stereotypical smoke grenade. These are all things that they could kind of be improving on, and lessons to be learned. Whether or not they win tonight, it's early on in the season, and if you can take these things and apply them in the future, hey, that's good.
Yeah, that is definitely something. We're only on week 2, as Dave is going to get an opening kill on Tubacabel. It's not going to be truly shutting down this attack as Empressy is on the Habana. They're still going to be able to open up E-Box wall, as IG is on the back stairs. There's a lot of roamers for West Point, and if they're not careful, they could potentially walk up behind IG and find a kill, or find more kills on any other these others attackers. As right now, it's just a fight between these two. No damage done to either of them, but the head barely peeks out, but it's actually Shiko who gets the kill, and this could be West Point's first round. There's only 3 members of Wayne State left to go, though.
Only 3, and they're the ones who could make it happen. Hollow still on the fight, Empressy as well, and Terry Bull Keller, so very strong players. Hollow dead, though. Good kill from Dave right there. Quartz getting in on the action, finally. Empressy tries to swing the corner on the pre-fire. Quartz hits the deck and shoots him right in the chest. Good move right there to secure that final kill. And West Point, well, they'll put a round on the board, puts them in a 1-3 position. I'll be honest with you, Light Rose, I feel like I've seen this bit of tape before.
It is almost the exact same. All right, next one. It's gonna be a flawless round. If that's what the script says. So I think if we're not gonna deviate from that, then the next one's going to be a flawless round. And we're going back to kids' dorms, which I think is the only logical option. West Point meeting or dining feels like it would really be a catastrophic failure, because even in the higher levels, it sometimes is a hard play to keep control of that site. So with West Point going back to the most favored site, I think that is definitely the play so far, as they're bringing almost the exact same operators. This Wayne State is bringing the exact same operators. The only problem is Wayne State is 2-0 on kids' dorms.
Yeah, that's the problem. I agree. A big problem, too. Something that cannot be easily overlooked. And with that in mind, I mean, I don't know that I see West Point making the kind of substantive changes to their defensive lineup that they need to in order to really get the W here. I mean, we've got Quartz in this wide out roam position yet again. If he can derive value right here and get an early kill, that's huge. If he can't, though, he's isolated himself in small tower, and his effectiveness is incredibly limited. It looks like IG kind of bypasses him right there. Another interesting note, Ella's still in this lineup, and I just don't see the practical value of Ella here compared to other operators that you might see on the board, namely a Jaeger. Would not be a bad choice, but they're not bringing a lot of frags on the other side, so maybe it's predicated on that. Interesting decision nonetheless.
Yeah, IG was actually setting the claymores down on both sides of small tower, so they might have heard Cords, possibly had a drone on their general position, as just Wayne State is so eagerly waiting outside of the site. Already, you've got somebody on white stairs. You've got somebody breaking open the game's wall. They're setting themselves up for this attack so early, and that means that the roamers aren't going to be really able to do much. Hollow is going to not be aware that somebody is right around their position, and an Empressy is down, but might be down for the count. I think, yeah, there's nobody around their general position. Baca is gone, so West Point might get 2 in a row for the first time this night.
Variable color holding up here is actually going to go for the retreat back out onto the balcony. So playing it sort of safe. The 5v3 is a misnomer because Empressy is down. In fact, a revive coming in. You got to play on this, Quartz. Yes, perfect. Triple kill for the roaming Vigil. Perfect timing to walk out right there. Tries to engage with IG as well. And it's a bit of a speed bump here for Wayne State. IG and oh my lord, Quartz and IG just looking at one another. There's a movement. He hunts based on sight, and sure enough, Quartz can't bring down the kill. IG secures another one, but a 4v1 quite grim.
I'm sorry, with the pure image, a good kill there from IG, with the pure image of just both of these players prone, just waiting for the other one, is a very hilarious sight just to see objectively. It is a 3v1. I think if IG had it maybe a little bit more than 1 health, this might be winnable. But yeah, the fact that they were on 1 health means that this is almost impossible. And there we go. Wayne State could be looking at a 3-3 scoreline if they don't attack this next site correctly.
Oh, that would be a change. And would sort of put a wrench in the works of what Wayne State has been kind of happy to keep doing here, which is sort of driving the knife in deeper. We are going to the tertiary bomb site here, though, and I don't know that that necessarily favors West Point. It's kitchen dining. It's kind of hard to hold on to. This is not an easy site by any sense of the word. Bandit making yet another appearance here. I guess we should just get used to this. Soup playing that operator, and again, it's a trickier point for Bandit because it's very easy to get the top-down play to destroy those batteries, assuming, of course, that Hollow doesn't walk out on Twitch. No, it'll be Bakabill on the Twitch this time. So again, anti-drone procedures have to be put into place here. They've got to be very careful about it. You know, honestly, Light Rose, at this point in time, I'd almost be swapping out Waffles for a mute pretty consistently just to try and slow down this drone game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe try to just shut down as a Mozzie. We saw a Mozzie back on Basement, which was the first time that they actually did win a site. I don't think that was the exact reason, but, you know, I mean, hey, maybe you'll get some of that good juju back if you bring potentially a Mozzie, as I think a small tower take might be the play for Wayne State. They have the Thermite, they have the Monty in Empressy, so a small tower take seems to be kind of what they're leading towards, especially because you're actually able to open the wall inside of small tower itself. You don't have to actually engage with the wall at all. You just go up to where the scaffolding is, you put down your Thermite charge on the floor, and I believe you can just simply open it up right there, and then there's nobody up inside of small tower trying to defend. So Wayne State should very easily be able to get inside, get this wall open, and potentially get this diffuser done very, very early.
Yeah, that's dangerous positioning right here, right now that they're facing. Hate to see a Thermite charge used on a floor panel, by the way, but I guess if all you've got is a hammer, everything starts to look like a nail. That'll blast that wall right open here, and here comes Montaigne and Pressy stepping up to the hatch, but in fact, it's just IG who's going to come in and just take a straight challenge across the gut of this breach. Strange choices indeed being made right here, but hey, the fundamental lesson to take away from this one, the wall is open, and now it's just a matter of pushing that advantage. Quartz again stacked up on a wide flank. That's a strange spot for a roamer to be, Light Rose, because that is not an easy place to get back to this at all. Soup gets murked by Keller, but Waffle quickly follows it up with a kill of their own. The smoke grenades perhaps presaging a push, and certainly it is. Shaiko taken out. Dave tries to step up into the breach themselves, fighting with the Montaigne. Can't find the opening. Montaigne guns him down, and Pressy with a good kill right there. And the plant is down. 30 seconds left on the clock. It is absolute chaos right now on this point. 4-1, though, is the end tally of all that bloodshed, and it just leaves the brave defender of Waffles holding onto a shred of health, and he's finished off by a Twitch drone. It doesn't get any worse than that.
Oh, that takes me back to the days when Twitch did 10 damage per shot.
Oh,
I mean, hey, it happens, but like I said, yeah, going to the site, was not potentially the best thing there for West Point. They did not have a good control on it at all. They didn't have anybody up on that second floor, nobody holding inside of small tower. It was just a very, very easy attack for Wayne State, especially with all the smoke canisters, the Montaigne providing cover. It seemed like there was no chance for West Point there, but we're swapping sides. Wayne State now is on the defense. And I think that the Kaid, they're bringing Alibi. The only, I think, consistency between these two teams is maybe Empressy on the Vigil.
That is a thing. The Vigils have been played. Obviously, the Vigil's been played by Quartz quite a lot in these matchups to, I would say, variable degrees of success. It's interesting because I feel like, Vigil is a good operator. I think he's always decent, right? I don't know that the value that was being brought from Quartz on the Vigil was so high that it was absolutely a must pick. He had one good round, but in general, I think it was a little low. The tactical flexibility, however, that's being provided by this lineup, I think, is the real note here because it allows two operators to really go out on the roam as opposed to what we saw from West Point, which was just one. And those two I'm referring to here are Hollow, who you see right now, and of course Empressy on the other side. Bit of a strange position from Hollow right here, but Hollow has been a fragger, so I kind of trust his judgment in general about how he wants to play this out.
Yeah, wherever he needs to be just to get the jump on this West Point squad. That's all you need. IG might be the first death. I think he won't be confirmed because that was all the way over there. Yep, you can see it is Waffles who wants to get anybody trying to challenge him. IG will be able to get revived, so no true impact. But look how forward Terry is playing with this. They have the Wamai disc to assist them, but they're going to back off, giving themselves away as Hollow is actually going to be the one to get the first kill. It's going to be the avenging IG, and they try to get a second one, but cannot have it happen. Shaiko gets the refrag.
Hollow was trying very hard there to find that kill, and a little too hard, honestly, got caught looking right there. I mean, Wayne State still okay. They have a very low health player, but so does West Point. You see Shigo there on pretty much no health at all. A stiff breeze will take that thermite out. Now we see the attackers pushing in wall to wall here. Empressy looks the wrong way. Very lucky he didn't get killed right there. Instead, it's Dave who wins it out. And Wayne State starting to collapse just a little bit. IG holding on to this tight position. You hear that DMR of Keller just blasting away into this smoke cloud. Did actually get the down on Soup, but they will get the Thatcher back up and in this. The most dangerous aspect of this for West Point right now, though, is just that their health bars are so low, and Keller illustrates that perfectly. Wipes Soup completely off the board there with a couple of well-placed rifle rounds. IG does the same, leveling it back out to a 2v2.
Yeah, they were so low health that body shots would have taken them out, but Wayne actually do it with headshots. There we go. Finally, it's going to be a body shot taking them out. Quartz has to take some damage. Terry, look down. They're going to use the deployable shield as cover, and that might be the difference between victory and defeat. They've got the exact position of Quartz, who pushes up. Oh, and there it is. The kill isn't happening. Terry, with the greatest advantage in the world, absolutely throws it away and gives the round over to Army.
Oh, surrendered the initiative in a very personal way right there. Didn't push when he probably should have just swung. I think if he had just jumped out right when we saw the IQ starting to touch the door frame, saw that initial gun barrel come around the corner, I think it might have worked out, but a pure 1v1 in the most brutal sense between the two of them. It was a rough ending there, but I will say Keller put up a hell of a fight earlier on in that round, and I don't want to take away from that just because it ended so poorly. But West Point, I mean, I did say they've got some tools, they've got some teeth, they're biting back, but oh man, I don't know if they'll be able to keep this trend running. I tell you one thing overall, it does seem like this top floor site is kind of the kiss of death for both these squads right now.
I mean, yeah, so far, you did see one defensive round all the way back in round 5, but it's 3-1. Attackers have had 3 wins so far on this kid's site. And Hollow has been a big factor in Wayne's defenses. If they can get potentially more than one, they don't challenge, essentially ego challenge a lot of West Point, because you can kind of feel the confidence emanating from them when they try to take these a little unadvantageous gunfights, thinking that they have the skill needed. Sometimes they do, but a lot of times it's sometimes just unwarranted.
Yeah, that's a valid point to be making at this stage. I do think overall Wayne has illustrated stronger gun skill, but just illustrating stronger gun skill, I mean, it's not a guarantee that every aggressive gunfight you take is going to end up being a win, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they're walking a difficult point because the problem that they had last round was that when it really counted, they didn't get aggressive enough. But you also have to really balance that out by kind of tempering your aggression and making sure that you're not putting yourself in difficult positions. This is a classic example. You cannot have Hollow being too kind of feisty with this particular peak. You've got a Claymore outside. You've got Shaiko watching it like a hawk. You just got to, you know, be careful about this and play it in as intelligent manner as possible.
Yeah, Hollow did hear the Claymore, so I don't think they are going to peek the door, but they're still just trying to get one. I think overall, they're just wasting time. That is something that even though Hollow maybe after all this doesn't get a kill, just look how much time they are wasting. West Point is doing all of this just to make sure that nobody is in this master bedroom, and if they are, they cannot get effectiveness. So eventually, they're actually not going to push in, or at least they're going to take a lot of time to do so. Hollow, I really want them to stay in this position because they are being an alibi clone, and I want to see a truly effective alibi bait. Like, that would be like the best thing to cap off this game.
Doesn't happen very often, but heck, it might work here. Hollow just waiting. Well, that wasn't exactly how I thought that was going to go down. Unfortunately, Hollow botched their opportunity and cannot secure the kill. They're still holding the door, and that's what I talk about, tempering aggression, running into the potential 2v1 right there and getting murked. Not the best look in the world. That said, 40 seconds left on the clock here, and West Point needs to start making inroads. They can't just hold these positions outside forever.
Well, there's so much time that we are down to 50 seconds when Hollow died. So now West Point, they have to go so quickly, or they just get the kills right off the bat. They do take out Keller, but Baka immediately swings back with a kill of their own. We're at 4v2. It's where we were last time. But this time, West Point have to push forward. They do not have time on their side. It's just going to be edgy in a 1v2 at this point. 7 seconds left. Guns are going to be firing, giving away their position. IG does see them. They don't get the confirm, but do they get the kill? Yes, they do. And Waffles just cannot get the diffuser down. So despite all that, despite losing its 4v2, all of it, Wayne State get the round victory, Corbett.
Good defense right there from Wayne State, sort of backing off, eating some of those West Point people as they came in through the various choke points. The issue really right there was what we were talking about before that final burst of action. Speed and time just not favoring West Point right there. It took them far too long to get into position, and when the actual executes came through, it just was too hard for them to funnel into those defended choke points with the limited amount of time they have left. And that's where you have to give credit, right, to the kind of people like Hollow who are holding those advanced positions, just putting fear into this West Point team, stopping them from playing too aggressively. A lot of this has been down to, I think, just aggression management for both these teams, and it does seem like the teams that are sort of seizing the initiative tend to end up in the victory column, and that might be something to think about here for West Point going forward in the future if they don't manage to pull out a win tonight.
Yeah, and I think, once again, kind of being similar. Every single time we saw Wayne State go up 4-2, and then Army kind of got within arm's reach, but then Wayne State just every single time just kept inching on forward. That lead that they gave themselves was honestly the key to the victory. It's what gave them the W in the end when they just went tit for tat back and forth between these two teams. So Wayne State's still bringing the bandit. So I guess it's not just a West Point thing. It seems to be a trend between these two teams, as having the Kaid, having the Bandit, they actually have Empressy on the Oryx and Hollow still on the Alibi, which I think is not a surprise at all. Alibi just seems to be Hollow's tried and true at this point.
Yeah, I agree. It's I don't know. It's what you got to do. Wolf comes rolling in here by the showers. You've got Soup approaching through the kitchen, and I'm trying to see if they can get a pinch on somebody here, but I don't know that they necessarily can. You see the laser light there of a Nomad air jab being planted on that wall to cut off that rotate hole. You know, interestingly enough, in kind of a counterpoint to what we've seen previously, Wayne State has given up a lot of room, like a lot of room. They've got everybody down in the basement, a complete reversal from the much more freewheeling double roam setup that we saw in earlier defensive rounds.
Well, this is sometimes expected when you go to Oregon basement. You just stick everybody in the basement and hope that the shields you put up, the Lamai magnets, which aren't in play, but the map geometry, it all helps you when you come down to those final seconds when you have to actually initiate those gunfights. IG is actually going to push forward and gets punished for it. So, not sticking with the method actually does hurt you in the end. It makes it so that when the gunfights actually start to happen, Wayne State might be a gun down, and actually their top fragger so far, IG, leagues beyond their other teammates so far, and the Kaid Claw is actually going to stay so far. Waffles has the impact EMP, but just isn't able to actually get rid of that Kaid Claw enough for the Habana to open it so far.
Yeah, already some kills trading back and forth here. Dave gets slotted in the Fraser. Hollow still holding that position very tightly, as now Wolf steps up to challenge the corner. Peeker's advantage favoring Waffles, and he'll secure the kill. Waffles now takes control of the freezer area. I don't think he does still have EMP grenades left, but he'll just use the gun, picks one off. Bakabil trades back in the opposite direction. Here comes Shaiko. Obviously, the diffuser going down right now. Bakabil, the only one left defending. Diffuser's nearly planted. It will go down. Bakabil trying to rotate around the backside here. Now has to get through the coverage. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do it. He is not. Shaiko murks him right there, just outside the entry to E-Box. And round goes for West Point.
It was a machine pistol off between the two. Shaiko decided that the close range engagement was what they were going to need, so they got the machine pistol that is given to Habana, the Bearing 9, and they won it in the end. I think if they actually lost that, Bakabil might have been able to get the Ninja Defuse, because it seemed like the last player on the side of West Point just wasn't close enough to really get a refrag or anything of the sort. But once again, West Point, they are within arm's reach, but Wayne State going back to the basement, they're bringing a Jaeger this time. So I think a welcome change. The Bandit is going to be swapped out for the Jaeger, a much more impactful operator objectively, especially on Oregon basement.
Yeah, if you're going to be playing that elbow extension defense where you put your smoke out looking towards bunker, you basically need a Jaeger. Like, you can't not have these ADSs there. And again, that is what they're trying to do, though. They put the shield facing the wrong direction. I'm assuming there's some 10,000 IQ play.
That's actually like a normal play.
Yeah, normal. I've seen it before. I never really know if it's super advantageous or not, but we'll see if it works out for them. Interestingly, though, oh no, wait, hold on. I was gonna say, is Empressy gonna be the one who holds that? But no, it's Bakabil who will come back and take position right there. So I am glad they brought the Jaeger, though. I think that's a wise move.
And we'll see how it actually impacts the play, as blue seems to be the absolute go-to for West Point. They went for a lot of an all-around push, but so far it is blue. Do or die. The smoke canister is going to deter these attackers, as Keller actually gets the opener, and it's a flurry of kills from both sides, but it's Wayne who come away, as Empressy is playing so close. Goyo has that 1.5 that was given to them in the season, and the only two remaining players are Quartz and Shaiko, who actually evacuated that area very early on in the push.
Now trying to open up perhaps a different front right here. You see Court sneaking down the stairs into Laundry, and this could actually be a deadly position. No, never mind. Empressi's marked it. I was going to say, if they didn't have anybody watching that angle, they deserve to get punished for it, but they do. We've got another stacking up on Laundry stairs, but it looks like they're going to move off after just a few minutes of waiting there. Quartz comes across and is now thoroughly buried in this position. You're not offered a line of retreat. Shiko on the ace, looking for a play to make at this point in time, and I don't necessarily see one given that current positioning. Court's still engaged in this tippy-tap gun battle down here by Laundry. Very slow on the side of West Point, and I wouldn't say particularly cohesive either.
There isn't much that really can be done. If that Goyo canister is popped, then Quartz really doesn't have an option. They're still alive for the time being, actually rotated all the way back to stairs, as they were going to be the one to pop the Goyo canister, but a bullet just was a little bit too stray for them. Now they're still just going to try to peek on that Laundry stairs. I don't see what the goal is, and IG actually is going to punish Quartz for staying near those stairs. Only Shiko, 12 kills. Just very impressive considering the role that they have to support. They add another one onto that tally, but it isn't going to be anymore as IG gets their second in that 2v4. And now Wayne State, they've reached map and match point. Corbeck.
Well, Wayne State, probably buoyed by their previous successes, looking to just run it in here. Army needs to make a stand or they face another 7-4. Again, we are going to kids' dorms and dorms main hall. It's been a very unfun sight for defenders in the main, so maybe this gives a little bit of breathing room to West Point. They've got a fairly straightforward defensive lineup. Looks a lot like what Wayne State themselves were running when they were on this attacking half. Keller here punching that hole in the wall as the Rooney. I do like Impressi on the Goyo. I feel like these Volcons have been impactful. They were certainly impactful last time we were up at this site because of the time wasting that they involved, Light Rose. You saw a couple of them go off, and in a less than 40-second time critical situation, the delay of that fire can absolutely gut the momentum of an attack.
Yeah, I mean, Hollow is not on the alibi. That is very surprising to me because the impact that they had when it came to wasting resources, wasting time, was indefensible. They had so much impact the last time we were here that I don't know why Hollow wouldn't go on there. Maybe they aren't as confident. They only are 6 and 9. I believe they had a much better Villa KD, so that could be a part of it, which honestly, props to them for realizing that, going on to the smoke, maybe giving it on over to potentially Empressy or Baka, maybe lifting the crown on over to their head this time.
Perhaps we will see a crowning. I don't know, though. Soup there looking down, hopping onto the rafter. Very casual toss of the Thermite EMP grenade should allow them to open that hatch up. A bit surprised they continue to play Ace here instead of maybe a more sensible Habana choice. And, oh, hey, that aggressive positioning again from Keller puts a couple of DMR rounds in the direction of the enemy, but the attic is feeling increasingly unpleasant as that window is open. Unfortunately for poor Waffles, gets shot by, yeah, sure enough, the smoke glancing out of the window right there. Crawl, Keller, crawl! Or, I'm sorry, Waffles, no, he won't make it. Unfortunate. Sometimes you just can't shuffle away fast enough. Soup also gets killed early on, and ooh, I don't want to say that it's all over here, Light Rose, but it feels like it's all over.
Look at that menacing stack hanging out in attic. All three of them. Just, terrifying. And I think you have Bakaville aiming towards this road. Nobody's there, but it's the thought that counts. 3 members going near white stairs as Quartz is going to crouch walk. It seems to be their signature style of play. They like getting that little bit of sound suppression. It's not as impactful as it used to be. They nerfed it, I believe, a couple balance patches ago, but you know, some people just kind of get accustomed to it, don't really want to change. They're gonna have to get something done as they're closer to the ground. Maybe they get a better recoil stabilization as Dave's flashbang is going to get caught by that magnet. It is really going to reveal their position and make this push a lot harder.
Yeah, and Pressy now sitting with this kind of commanding position, looking down through these murder holes is something that I just don't know how they're going to counteract. And sure enough, Pressy picks up a kill. Baca Bill swings around the corner and gets one more, and now it's hunting season for Wayne State College. Comes rolling out. Trico does get one, but Keller there to finish it off. The DMR swinging in big, and that is that. Wayne State takes it in 2 maps against Army West Point, who just could never find their bearing here, Light Rose.
Yeah, it's the exact same scoreline. Each match is a very similar result on both, and it just felt so samey on both. It was a lot down to gunfights, and I think on Oregon a little bit more, even though, we had a similar result. The strategy came down to in Wayne State's favor. They just felt so much better when it came down to playing around it on the attacking side. I think that was the difference between the two teams. Attacking for Wayne State, they really had a grip on what they needed to do on Oregon. Villa a little bit, but Oregon was really where they shined.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. They really were the stronger team tonight. They were winning their gunfights. The coordination was there better for them. But I will say, I do think that there are lessons, as I've been saying throughout this, there are lessons to be learned here for West Point. And hopefully they absorb some of those. They watch back over what happened tonight, and they get an idea of what they can do better the next time around, because they're still a 1-1 team, right? This is like their season is over. It's a good learning opportunity at the very least. But that's enough for us from just right now. We're looking to try and set up an interview. We're going to, I think, take a quick break. Hopefully we'll be back with one of the victorious players. If not, we'll drop in and say thank you for watching, but hopefully we'll see you on the other side of this break with an interview in just a few seconds.
Army.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody nobody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
We all got a thing. A thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything.
Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make. Because all eyes are on you. Calling the shots. Inspiring others to follow. In any environment. At any scale. It's not for everyone. But if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Look to science to solve problems? Wield a microscope to confront global threats. You sometimes dream in code? Become a cyber attacker's worst nightmare. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to
as a senior, hopefully you can rest easy knowing that the future of your program is in relatively good hands. But speaking of the future of your program, you've got a season ahead of you guys. You're coming off of a 2-0 start. How are you feeling about the long-term prospects here in the ECAC for the rest of this year?
I feel pretty confident, honestly, with the team comp that we have and how we just play off of each other. I'm more than ecstatic to play the rest of the season out and see how we do.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Baca, for your time. Congratulations on the win. I hope you and the folks over there at Wayne State have a good little celebration, and I hope you guys keep putting in good performances.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, that about does it here in the broadcast booth for Light Rose and I. Any final thoughts before we close it up for the night here?
I'm just interested to see kind of where Wayne State goes next. I think they've got a lot of potential going forward. There's definitely a lot of refining that they can do, especially when it comes to kind of honing how they use their guns, because they do have a lot of gun skill. It's just kind of putting it to where it really matters the most, using positioning, using utility, all that makes an actual great Rainbow Six team that can win a lot of games. But I know that they've got a bright future ahead of them. West Point, they're also kind of in the same boat. There's a lot of similar teams between these two, but obviously I think that the gun skill is just a little bit lackluster compared to Wayne State. So that's definitely something that they could put in the work for, put a little aim trainer. Who knows? I think both of these teams definitely can go far in here.
I couldn't agree more. I think it'll be quite fascinating to watch the development of both of them over the course of this season. So something to keep your eye on. Well, we hoped you enjoyed tonight's Rainbow Six Siege broadcast here for the ECAC. More esports action, though, coming to you from the organization tomorrow night, 8 p.m. EST, right here on this channel. It will be Valorant. So an exciting newer game on the street there for you to watch. But for now, from Light Rose, myself, and from all of us at ECAC, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful evening.
Lead as an Army officer.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
Are you the one others rally around? Inspire soldiers to follow your lead. Want to forge a better future? Start with the structures that support tomorrow's missions. You believe the best offense is a good defense. We've got a great way to prove that theory. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
You think knowledge is a powerful weapon? Here, you'll have plenty of ammo. Explore more than 200 careers at GoArmy.com.
Becoming a leader is a choice. So if you want to learn to make big decisions, start with this one. Decide to lead.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice. And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
We all got a thing. A thing that gets us out of bed or keeps us out of it. The thing we live to do, that we do for nothing at all. But don't do it for nothing. Take it to where it means everything.
Becoming a leader is a choice not everyone wants to make.